Where you call home is important, and when things break, who you call to fix that home is also important. When it comes to heat and air needs, local matters. Bo Kokenauer of Koch's Mechanical knows that, and that's why Koch's Mechanical takes pride in serving the community he calls home. Whether you need a tune-up or a whole new unit, call Koch's Mechanical. Don't pay big company prices, call Koch's Mechanical.
Got AC trouble? Call our dad. Bo knows heat and air.
Al's Heat and Air is a proud supporter of the Tuttle Tigers. Serving the Tuttle area for almost 40 years, we work on all makes and models. As a trained comfort specialist, we sell the best and service the rest. Al's Heat and Air, 405-381-3602.
Williams Foods, more than just a grocery store. Williams Foods has been serving communities since 1971. That is 45 years strong and counting. We are successful because we offer great service, great prices, fresh produce, and the best meat money can buy. Williams Foods is not just in your communities, we are a part of your community. We donate 1% back to any nonprofit organization, and we donate up to 6 cents per labels to anyone fundraising. Williams Foods, where we still sack and carry out your groceries for you because you deserve it.
Whether you just came from a workout or you're just out and about, our Social Sips have everything you need to feel good to feel good. Here at Social, we have a variety of teas, shakes, social bowls, or you can even try one of our cold brew coffees, made with you in mind. At Mustang Social and Hometown Social, it's always tea time.
At Ortho Central, we're committed to making your life better. Whether it's getting you back to the sport you love, chasing after grandkids, or easing chronic pain. With locations in Norman, Midwest City, and Newcastle. Ortho Central, we're part of your team.
At Tactical Pest Solutions, we prevent pests from taking over. Our defense will give you peace of mind, keeping your home or business safe from pesky bugs or creepy crawlers. Our tactical approach proactively treats your spaces before high-traffic pest season. Make an appointment today, even if you haven't seen indications of bugs or pests, so we can play defense for your home team. Give us a call and let's keep your home or business free of what's bugging you. Tactical Pest Solutions. We can beat the bugs to the punch.
Jeff here with Triton Foundation Repair. I'm here to remind you that we always have and always will offer free foundation evaluations to Oklahomans. At Triton, we know your home is a big investment and your money is hard-earned. So when you call us for a free evaluation, our specialists will perform a thorough foundation evaluation and only give an estimate when foundation repair is necessary. So visit TritonOK.com to schedule your free foundation evaluation.
Over the years, a lot has changed. Thankfully, in Tuttle, a few things have stayed the same. The people here are still the best, the school's teams are always competitive, and Williams Plumbing Service is still serving the community. For all your plumbing needs, call Williams Plumbing Service. One family serving Tuttle since 1949. Thank you, Tuttle, and go Tigers!
Contemporary Family Dentistry Newcastle has been serving the Tri-City community since 2008 and is excited to announce the opening of our second location in Blanchard. Don't have dental insurance? That's not a problem at Contemporary Family Dentistry. We have a $250 annual membership that covers cleanings and exams, eliminating the feeling that you can't go to the dentist. For more information, visit our website at www.cfdok.com.
Life is complex enough. With decades of experience, Cornerstone Insurance Group makes insurance simple. We can help with coverage for your home, farm, or ranch, coverage for all the drivers, cars, and equipment in and around your house, coverage for your business, large or small, life insurance to give you peace of mind. Call or stop by today, and one of our experienced, licensed agents will shop dozens of insurance companies for you, saving you time and money. Call our office or visit us online at oklahomainsured.com.
Country Equipment is your locally owned full-service dealer of Kubota, Polaris, Skag, and Hustler equipment. Whether it's for 2 or 200 acres, Country Equipment has the Kubota tractor and attachments to help you get the job done. Country Equipment carries a full line of trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, and more from top brands like Echo and Steel. Mowers from brands like Kubota, Hustler, and Skag are sure to keep your place looking great all year round. plus a full parts and service department for all the brands we carry. Come see us today at your locally owned Country Equipment.
High-speed fiber internet is now available from Tuttle Broadband. Get faster speeds, up to 1 gigabyte in the most modern service available. Stream your favorite shows and get connected with no service contract and competitive pricing. Tuttle Broadband. Schedule your installation today. High-speed fiber internet for a more connected Tuttle.
At Marshall Auto Supply, our Napa certified parts professionals are here to help. We stock a wide variety of parts and accessories for all makes and models. Marshall Auto Supply. Stop by or call us today. Located in Chickasha or on Main Street in Tuttle.
All right, welcome to Tiger TV, our second home basketball game broadcast of the year is Tuttle hosting Kingfisher tonight. Our producer and on-air extraordinaire Kevin Rogers, and then my partner here, Richie Overcash, and his second night of work here on Tiger TV as well. And good tradition-rich boys program coming into town, and a girls team that's up and coming and really put themselves on the map over the last couple of years in the Kingfisher Yellow Jackets. Richie, tell us a little bit about what you know about the old town of Kingfisher basketball.
They're very gritty, grindy. They're gonna make it a low-scoring game, get into you. I told y'all before they're one of the only teams in Oklahoma who's allowed to hand check and get away with it. They're just gonna be all over you, all up in you, and it's gonna be hard to run your offense and score. So you got to out-defend them. You got to play harder than them, and it sounds easy, but it's a tough task.
Yeah, and Kingfisher, the girls, I believe they're ranked. I've got
fourth.
it pulled up right here. Yeah, ranked fourth.
I saw them ranked 7 on OSSAA.
Yeah, so it looks like OSSA rankings, they are listed fourth. They're 5-1. Their only loss was to Deer Creek, and they lost by 2 in the Alva tournament finals there out in western Oklahoma just a couple days ago. Tuttle, I believe.
Ranked 9th, I believe.
9th, yeah. In the top 10 still at a 4-1 record. And I think if you're Coach Combs, you're really excited about your original ranking, because that first ranking as a coach, we don't do rankings anymore in baseball, but I used to. And it was very important that first ranking, you were up there in that first top shelf of that 25 or whatever you want to call it, because people tend to leave you kind of there if you're making mistakes and don't drop you too fast. So I think the initial ranking is good. They're a 4-1 ball club. They did lose a lot in Ike down in the Duncan SOI. I think if you ask Coach Combs, I think they had a big lead in the fourth and just handed them the victory. And that was pretty disappointing because they played really good basketball from there on out. Double-digit win against Cash, and then beat Duncan, the hosts, by 9 on Saturday. So remember, the top 10 matchup here in 4A for the ladies tonight. Coach Combs and Coach Ballard. Coach Ballard doesn't have to worry about football anymore as the football season wrapped up. And a heartbreaking loss there at the end at the finals, but just an outstanding year for the football program. And, of course, wrestling's fired up, and the Lady Tigers are over at Westmore tonight, and I think the boys are over at Deer Creek. It wasn't on the schedule. I think it might have been an added-on deal tonight, but I believe they're over at Deer Creek wrestling tonight. So action everywhere in Tuttle. As we are finishing up the boys JV game here, and we were talking about it earlier last year. I think we had a double overtime JV game that we stayed on air for the pregame show, but should be good basketball tonight, Richie.
For sure. Two girls squads that are really, really good, top 10 ranked, and then 2 boys squads who are kind of going through what you would call a rebuild. Lost Kingfisher last year, was their first year without their old coach, and they had 8 seniors graduate. Tuttle with an all-new starting lineup this year. So just both teams trying to find some kind of groove and just going through kind of a rebuild, retool situation.
For sure, and Tuttle, they'll probably have some of those guys that were playing football back a little bit tonight. You wonder kind of the role that they might have in the boys' game. You might wonder how many minutes some guys like Donnie Schluter get, or Noah Herring, a new kid from the Myrtle Beach area that moved in, big body down in the post. And I think he might see a few more minutes than Donnie early in, but you never know. It's all about flow of the game and what you need to have at the time. And so I'm anxious to see some of those guys get off the gridiron, and they're always going to be a little rusty, but sometimes it's the best thing for you. Get out there and go play, and it falls together for you.
For sure. Just playing hard. That's one thing we've seen from Donnie in this JV game is just how hard and how all around the court he's been playing hard, and it doesn't look like he's tired, even though he's been in the game for a long time.
No, he's been running around playing football, chasing Jalen Lane and Brady McAdoo around every day of the week over there, and Donnie had a really good football season as a ninth grader. It's really tough to contribute at the varsity level in that football team, and Donnie was a big special teams guy, and he had a big night receiving Kevin. Him and Parker Madison really had a big night. I think Donnie had about 120 yards and a touchdown catch, and Parker threw it to him, and those youngsters had a really good night. But, anxious to see some new faces for the boys. You mentioned the staff from Kingfisher, the boys team moved along last year. One of those assistants is our Jamie Combs, our head girls coach. Her husband, Coach Chris Combs, who's a Kingfisher native, he went over to Dover with their staff. And so new faces. They're new faces in Tuttle, and like you said, trying to rebuild a little bit and see where it can take us. But the girls game, really, it's a big-time matchup. And if you're Tuttle and you can find a way to win this game, and I'll tell you, Kingfisher has played us tough the last couple of years when we've had probably a way better roster than they did girls-wise. Kingfisher really played us tough several times. And you know as a player that was around, you remember those tastes of loss. And you're trying to come in here and win a ball game tonight.
For sure. They're always going to play they're not going to lose by 10, 15, 20 points very often. They're very scrappy. I think last year they did a great job of taking, it's hard to take Ali Real out of a game, but they did that. They were able to, minimize what Ali did. And so, that's what they're good at is taking your best player and kind of neutralizing them. But for Tuttle, they have a whole bunch of good players who, any given night could beat you. So it should be really interesting, a really fun game, and I'm excited to see it.
For sure. We're here on the Marshall Auto Supply pregame show. We're going to take a quick timeout from one of our sponsors as this JV boys game gets finished up here, but we're going to take a timeout, and we'll be right back after a brief message.
The First National Bank and Trust Company presents to you the Tuttle Team Spirit Card. We proudly serve more than 20 area schools and have donated more than $82,000 in 2023. So, what are you waiting for? Support your Tuttle Tigers and make every transaction count. Come by the bank to get your Team Spirit Card today at no cost to you. The First National Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC.
At Tactical Pest Solutions, we prevent pests from taking over. Our defense will give you peace of mind, keeping your home or business safe from pesky bugs or creepy crawlers. Our tactical approach proactively treats your spaces before high-traffic pest season. Make an appointment today, even if you haven't seen indications of bugs or pests, so we can play defense for your home team. Give us a call and let's keep your home or business free of what's bugging you. Tactical Pest Solutions. We can beat the bugs to the punch.
Williams Foods, more than just a grocery store. Williams Foods has been serving communities since 1971. That is 45 years strong and counting. We are successful because we offer great service, great prices, fresh produce, and the best meat money can buy. Williams Foods is not just in your communities, we are a part of your community. We donate 1% back to any nonprofit organization, and we donate up to 6 cents per labels to anyone fundraising. Williams Foods, where we still sack and carry out your groceries for you because you deserve it.
Country Equipment is your locally owned full-service dealer of Kubota, Polaris, Skag, and Hustler equipment. Whether it's for 2 or 200 acres, Country Equipment has the Kubota tractor and attachments to help you get the job done. Country Equipment carries a full line of trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, and more from top brands like Echo and Steel. Mowers from brands like Kubota, Hustler, and Skag are sure to keep your place looking great all year round. Plus a full parts and service department for all the brands we carry. Come see us today at your locally owned Country Equipment.
Over the years, a lot has changed. Thankfully, in Tuttle, a few things have stayed the same. The people here are still the best, the school's teams are always competitive, and Williams Plumbing Service is still serving the community. For all your plumbing needs, call Williams Plumbing Service. One family serving Tuttle since 1949. Thank you, Tuttle, and go Tigers.
At Marshall Auto Supply, our Napa certified parts professionals are here to help. We stock a wide variety of parts and accessories for all makes and models. Marshall Auto Supply. Stop by or call us today. Located in Chickasha or on Main Street in Tuttle.
All right, welcome back to the Marshall Auto Supply pregame show here on Tiger TV as we have our matchup with Kingfisher coming up here in just a short bit. 8 minutes on the warm-up clock, 8 minutes and some change as you see there. Our scoreboard, efficient tonight, working now. We got the new look on the scoreboard. We got it all hooked up. All kinds of things go into that, but it's a lot of work whenever you have to keep up with the time and stuff. I'm not a radio guy, I'm a TV guy. So I don't like to do the play-by-play and the timeouts there on your clock and all that. That's synced up with our inside here in the gym, our Jumbotron screens that you see. If Bradley, can you show us? Bradley, can you show us a shot of the video boards for those that are not from around here? But a couple of video boards. That one's harder to see. But those were both put in over the last couple of years, and they tie directly into what we're doing. But pretty cool high school gymnasium. Richie got to play here and experience it, and there were some wild nights. Obviously, when you have a really, really good team, the crowd gets really, really good. It's kind of like Oklahoma State basketball. When I was playing baseball at Oklahoma State, like Kevin Durant came to town, and we're really good, and we play them triple overtime, and I mean, it's packed and loud, and now I don't even know if they sell tickets anymore. I think they just let everybody in free up there. So it's so bad right now, but anyway, it has this place is the stands right on top of the kids, and they can get loud if it needs to.
For sure, and it kind of helps when you have a good atmosphere as a player. It's always fun. It just makes the game more fun, and it kind of motivates you a little more to play better. So
sure,
it's exciting. It's a great gym. Very glad I got to experience it, and there's been. Since I came in as a freshman, there's a practice gym now. That board is new.
Mm-hmm.
Both boards are new. A whole bunch of different changes, so it's awesome to see.
The auxiliary gym is really neat. And if you haven't got a chance, if you're from out of town and you like watching these online, go to the school website, tuttleschools.org. If you scroll down, there's a video that kind of showcases all the facilities around town that are new, the football stadium, the field house, the auxiliary gym, the additions with the weight room over there and the classroom setups over there. Just a lot of really cool facilities here at Tuttle, and obviously that's made part by our awesome people that live here and support the schools with bond issues and things like that too. So we're going to talk a little bit here about some keys to tonight for the Lady Tigers. We'll bring those up in just a second. But keys to victory tonight, Richie, I think, what they live on is turning mistakes into fast break points. They've got to shoot free throws efficiently. You're not a team that just stripes it from long range over and over again. There's some girls that can get hot, but you're not going to just have shooter after shooter out there that can knock down shots like really good girls teams do have sometimes. So you got to make up for it in the free throw category, and then I think they just have to stay on the attack. You want to elaborate on any of those?
I like the last two for sure. Like I said, Kingfisher's a physical team. They're going to be up in you, so you're going to be able to draw fouls, and making free throws in every basketball game is always super key. So just attacking, not letting the pressure get to you, not wavering, and getting to the free throw line and making them.
So your dad's a baseball coach, like myself, and I feel like if the free throw deal is kind of like getting a bunt down, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the coaches are just irate, thinking it's, that's the easiest thing in the world. It's a free throw. You got to make your free throws, and then you ask them to shoot free throws, and they can't make free throws. And so sometimes it's not as easy as it seems. You were a very efficient free throw shooter. I think the only times that you missed free throws are whenever I told everybody at home watching that you were perfect from the line and gave you the announcer's jinx.
Yeah.
But Kevin's been a part of a lot of announcers' jinx that I've given out. We mess up field goals. We mess up extra points. We mess up.
I will say, I had a game at Bridge Creek. I could have had 40 if I made free throws.
Oh, yeah,
so
I remember that,
I'm very happy you weren't there for that because it may have been worse.
Your worst night from the line?
Yeah. But, it's especially when there's noise and there's a crowd and it's a big atmosphere, and you can't really simulate free throws to the extent of in game.
Sure.
I feel like you can do that a little more with a bunt, but when you've ran for 3 quarters, it's the fourth quarter, and you have to go to the line, and it's a 2-point game with 2 minutes left. It's a lot of pressure, and it's you're tired, and you have to step up and make them. So
and the opposing crowd's telling you stink at free throws and all that stuff. Yeah.
Saying something about your girlfriend or something.
Yeah. They bring up all kinds of stuff.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen Kevin? Have you guys seen? I'm sure I know Richie has, because Richie. I'll just tell you, I'm giving him a plug. Go to TikTok and follow Richie if you're like an NBA basketball fan. This guy breaks down all the games. But I know you've seen the Wall, the LA Clippers' new arena in LA. Do the Lakers play in there too? They have their own. That's their own arena now, right?
So yeah, the Clippers moved this year into that arena.
They're not playing at the Staples Center.
No.
So the Wall, the Clippers' new arena, it has it's basically like a row of seats that are vertical, almost like vertical, like our wall that we have behind our baskets. That the fans are, the players have said it really affects your depth perception and stuff. It's kind of crazy, but the Wall out in LA at the new arena, that's a pretty cool deal. So
that would be kind of cool to see.
Yeah, I feel like I would. I mean, have you been to Gallagher-Iba Arena? You sat there, this arena feels a lot like it. It feels like you could fall down onto the floor. They say that takes it to another level, so I'm sure it's pretty crazy. But 2:15 here in warm-ups. Our starting lineups, and we'll go over those. They'll get announced later. We don't have a starting lineups graphic, but I can kind of go over them for you here as number 5, Cortland Traxler, 10, Kinsley Battles, 11, Ellie Dombeck, number 15, Evelyn Mitchell, and then number 40, Marissa Sandlin. So the same lineup we had the other night when we did the broadcast, and that's kind of what she's stuck with, Coach Combs is stuck with so far. And it seems to be working, as we've mentioned. Number 9, Tigers, set to host the number 4, Kingfisher Lady Yellow Jackets. So have you gotten to watch any of the games that they've played since we've been gone?
I tuned in and watched the boys, and then there was one, I don't remember who the girls were playing, but I watched a quarter of it. And so they looked good. They were playing fast. So that's all I've seen of the girls. I think I've seen about 3 total quarters of the boys since we watched. So, the boys went to the SOI, and they struggled, played some close games. The girls lost that first game, but then played really well throughout. So definitely have some momentum coming into this big matchup.
I think last year the Lady Tigers knocked out the Kingfisher Yellow Lady Jackets, I believe, in the playoffs at Hennessy.
Yeah.
Some of the names I read here are familiar names to hear. I see a Friesen in there, and that's an umpire that he umpired one of my state championship games one year. And he told me tonight, I saw him, he said, I've got your second game of the year against Cushing over at UCO this year. I'm umpiring that one with Mr. Brickman, and I said, oh boy. Oh boy. So, no, but his daughter a good player, and we'll go over their starters as well here in just a little bit. But ladies are lining up, probably going to have the national anthem coming up here in just a moment if it goes like it usually does. So we'll tune into the arena microphone and the crowd noise for the national anthem, and then we'll rejoin you when that concludes. After nobody sang the anthem tonight. We normally have somebody singing it, but
did you see Sky Peterson sing the national anthem at the state championship game? The Tuttle student.
Sorry, I'm trying to listen to those first names.
Gotcha.
I apologize. I'll get back on that. I'll tell you, sorry about that, but when we get the scorebook starters, it usually is just the first initial and the last name, and I really try to listen to the starting name. But Richie, if they ever do score a bucket tonight and you hear a first name, you may let me know what it is. But anyway, but we're gonna have the video here for the Lady Tigers. And we are not gonna be able to show it to you because of copyright. Music and all those rights that we don't have the rights to, and our gracious host YouTube doesn't allow us to redo those things. I think the Kingfisher crowd's booing our girls as they come on the screen.
Another thing Kingfisher's great at is
they
student
have
sections.
Good student sections. They always do. All right, so I was doing a little bit of research here, and I'm looking at the starting lineups for Kingfisher. But I mentioned the umpire's daughter. You've got the former head football coach's daughter, Myers, number 3, and she's a really good player. But then the current football head coach at Kingfisher, Coach Reagan Roof, his daughter is also a starter. So you've got a few coaches' daughters out there. That's always a good recipe for good players. And as we're starting lineups, are coming out here, as you see Cortland Traxler, Kinsley Battles, Ellie Dombeck, Mrs. Mitchell there. And Marissa Sandlin rounds out your starters here for the Lady Tigers. Sandlin's played well. Her post game's gotten better. She's shooting it well from long range. Kinsley's done a really good job, as she always does, defensively. Cortland, she can get hot from three. Ellie's done a really good job playing in the post as well. She's not going to show up a ton in the score column necessarily, but the thing she does is really good for their defense. And then, obviously, the youngster Mitchell, Evelyn, the freshman, she provides. I think she's going to be a really good player when she's older as well. She's just kind of growing up in the fire right now, And Evelyn will jump it here against Snyder for Kingfisher. And we'll get this top 10 matchup underway here at the Gregg Hitting Activity Center from Tiger TV. Kingfisher will control the tip, and we're underway.
Coming out in a 3-2 zone, it looks like, is Tuttle.
Yeah, they'll show all kinds of different looks. And that's what you do against good teams, is you got to show them different things. They try to go across. They get it down to the low post. That's Myers. She has to kick it back out. Good closeout there by Kins. 3-2. That's the old Syracuse orange is bread and butter. And you got to be able to shoot to get you out of it.
Got to get the ball to the corners and be able to make those corner threes.
I mean, Kingfisher just lived in forever. That was a nice block there by Mitchell. We're going to call it off of Tuttle there as Mitchell. Nice job getting the hand on the ball without fouling with the body. That's tough to do, to keep your body off of the shooter.
Especially when the offensive player is creating most of the contact there.
I'm making sure that's not Rip getting yelled at by one of his basketball teammates. He got two of his best friends in the crowd. They might be on the court running around. Mom's getting her hair done right now, and I've got little one is hanging out with Mrs. Layla Kerr in the stands, and Rip's running around God knows where. Okay. Oh, that's okay. He's here with his buddies. They're watching ball. Locked in. Good job by the Tuttle defense, and Kingfisher gets a shot off finally, but to no avail, and Sandlin rebounds it.
A minute and 30 seconds of possession time there for Kingfisher.
Yep. That's something their boys team's really been good at, is keeping the ball out of your hands and not just standing there with it. There's Sandlin in the paint. Nice little spin move left-handed. Nice block out and offensive board. She'll go up there, and it's going to go out of bounds as she looked for the foul, and I think she may have initiated that contact. That's why she didn't get the call. I know the crowd not happy about it, but
I think the girl guarding her kind of had her hands down, so she tried to go up through him, get the call. No call, unfortunately.
Yeah, I could go either way. And
for sure.
Sandlin going to pick up a cheap one there in the corner, maybe a little frustrated on the other end. Coach Combs is sparkling from head to toe tonight. She's never going to not look good over there,
Yeah.
And that is my wife's best friend, so I can say whatever. But I'm not going to get in trouble for saying she looks fancy and nice. Good job by Kinsley breaking the press there. Probably got to get that one up above the waist when she drives in and passes. Sandlin turnaround spinner is good. Off the back iron and in. Kinsley did a really good job getting into the paint and dumped it to Dombeck, but to the post player, getting it at the knees there. Tough to handle. That long three, no good. Good box out by Traxler. Maya had her elbow hooked. I think that's what Cortland was arguing, is that the defender had her elbow hooked there.
It was a really great box out, but again, Kingfisher's really good at those small things that can go unnoticed sometimes by the refs, and that's one of them.
Running that baseline, another wide open three look. That one long, no good. Good hustle by Battles, and it's going to go off the leg of number 10, Roof, and out of bounds to Tuttle. Great hustle play right there. Doesn't come up with a rebound, but gets the turnover caused.
She's going to be crucial in this game for breaking this Kingfisher pressure, but also on the defensive end, just flying around as she normally does, and that can get tiring at times when you have to dribble 94 feet and guard the other side of the court. So
we'll dump that one down to Sandlin. Another good look for Marissa. And 2 for 3 on the night. So nice little look there. Kevin, we have the replay of that last bucket. We'll take a look at that one from Sandlin as she gets the nice entry pass there. The freshman Mitchell, just nice touch pass, gets it to her, sees the matchup she's got, and Sandlin does the rest. She does a really good job. I think she's at her best because she's an undersized post, Richie, and I'm not a basketball guru. I say that all the time. But when she catches the ball deep in the paint, she could make that move and go score against someone a little bit a bigger frame than her.
for sure, she's great at using her body, getting into the middle of the girl's chest, and that causes the defender to fold. And so, you know, that gives you more of a height advantage when you can get in the middle of someone's chest.
That one knocked away by Mitchell as well, and Kinsley Battles comes through the back side, knocks it out of bounds. Myers set the check back in. She checks in for number 5. That's Friesen.
I do want to point out, like you said, Ellie Dombeck doesn't do a lot that'll show up in the stat sheet, but she's talking really well out there right now.
Yeah, and probably more than any other sport on earth, talking on the defensive end in basketball is about as crucial as it gets. Good drive by Kins, nice pass out to Traxler, who wisely turns down that 3 look. Salmon thought about going to the rack. Kinsley's got hands on her. Fights through that. The ref's kind of letting them get physical here. That one kicked out of bounds by Myers. It'll stay here on Tuttle's end.
Still just trying to feed the post and feed Marissa, and she's done a great job of getting position. Sometimes Kingfisher's been trying to get, you know, a 3/4 front or a full front like right here, and she's done a great job of getting position.
That one knocked out of the hands and out of bounds. Unfortunately, stays here. Kinsley turned, and the yellow jacket was right there to cause the hiccup, but Tuttle retains possession. Traxler gets it up to Mitchell. They'll try to get it down to Sandler. Here comes a double team. She spins up under the little lay-in. Nice move again by Marissa Sandlin, and she fought through the double team right there.
Really great footwork from Marissa, too. Maintaining her pivot foot, then stepping through.
All the non-basketball people think it's a walk, but it's a good job, really making a post move. Kinsley really doing a good job of just getting out of the pressure and finds the cutter. Sandlin up and in again. Sandlin.
Marissa will sometimes just look a little awkward going up, and it's just her footwork is so great. She gets so close to traveling, but she never really does. So
yeah,
she's outstanding at it.
We're going to get a foul there on Battles, it looks like. Second foul on Tuttle as they lead here 8-4. In the top 10 matchup, number 9 Tuttle hosting number 4 Kingfisher. And 4A girls is a little bit more wide open than it's been. Bethany probably still your favorite, but they did have one of their best player move to a private prep academy.
And Kingfisher, I believe, at Alva beat Bethany too. So
yeah,
just like you said, wide open 4A this year.
Traxler, the little floater, I like the look of it, but just a little short there. Snyder brings it up for the Lady Jacket. She goes coast to coast, misses everything, and Mitchell clears the rebound. She gets it out to Traxler. The lefty going to the rack. stops, kicks back. Sandlin needs to look under the goal. Mitchell wide open, unable to see her right there. And part of the reason there is Snyder is right up in her face and just not able to find.
She was trying to
Mitchell.
find, she was trying to find Kinsley, get it out. And
they're going to have to double her. She's going to keep doing that right there. That's a good look and just off the iron, but she's getting really good close looks to the rim. Lady Tigers have changed the defense here. She's pushed right there, and that'll be a foul on Roof. If that's a football call, Coach Roof, that's clipping or blocking the back. Yeah, and Kins hit the deck, got the foul call, so 8-6 here with time running out in the first. Minute 40 here. Nice dribble drive. Kins forces a shot up and under, no good. She really had nowhere to go with it and maybe felt like that was the best option. Someone's probably got to try to get open right there and help her out. Back in the 3-2, it looks like. And they might not have gotten out of it. I think that maybe they were a little out of position is what it was that threw me off.
Kingfisher's doing a really good job of spreading it out, too, and making those girls on the block run a long way.
There's Sandlin with a steal. And that's the thing about the 3-2. Like, you got to work to stay in it and stay effective. And when you're not 9-10 girls deep in your roster, that's how you beat it. You don't beat it in the first quarter. You beat it in the fourth quarter with effort.
Yep, slowly make them tired and make it hard on them to play hard all defensive possessions.
Battle's trying to create room up and under with the left hand, no good. Mitchell, nice job rebounding, goes in hard and collides with Snyder on the ground. That's a nice little left-handed spin move. It might be a bit of carry, got away with it, but that's a turnover we can't let happen. I'm not sure the call here. Going to have an nope, not an offensive foul. I don't think I saw any contact there. She kind of pulled the chair out, actually.
And that call coming from over there is just a little weird. From the very far different side of the court.
Yeah. So Kingfisher weathering the early storm from the Tigers. Tigers have had all their buckets come via Marissa Sandlin in the paint. 4 field goals on, I think, 6 attempts now. Kinsley driving in the paint, drops it off. That one in. Evelyn Mitchell gets the easy lay in there, and the Tigers tie it up at 10 as the time expires on the first quarter. We're going to take a timeout on Tiger TV and be back with second quarter action.
Country Equipment Rentals is the spot for all the tools to help you get those projects done. Whether it's a power washer, jackhammer, stump grinder, or tiller, or if you need something a little bigger like a tractor and brush hog, skid steer, excavator, or even a bulldozer, Country Equipment Rentals is the place to go.
As a mama, you're constantly pulled in every direction. HotWorks is where you get to hit pause. Sweat out the stresses you recenter in just 30 minutes. You deserve this.
Hey Tiger fans, if you're looking for a church home, we have a place for you at First Baptist Church. From children's and youth activities to senior adults, we have a ministry for everyone in your family and would love to have you join us. If we can pray for you, email us at prayforyou@att.net. We love you and hope you have a blessed week.
Welcome back to Tiger TV. Good look at the bench there for the Lady Tigers. 10-10 here, a top 10 matchup. As we take a look at some HotWorks replays, there's Mitchell with the offensive board and hustle play, and then gets the last 2 buckets for the Lady Tigers to knot it up at 10. They were They got 8. She had the last bucket. The first 8 points coming from Marissa Sandlin in the paint, and Mitchell with a couple hustle plays there to kind of turn the tide. Richie, you mentioned Kinsley's ability to break the press and what she's been able to do. You might talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, she's a righty that loves to go left, and that kind of happens a lot when you're a righty. For some reason, you just love going left, and she's been doing that, and Kingfisher's trying to bring a double about half court, and she just keeps going left, and it's messing them up.
Lakin Smith going to the block. She's bumped into, tried to draw a charge, and maybe fall down a little bit early, and that's why Lakin able to draw the call. Richie, in my YMCA adult men's league pickup games, I dribble the ball up the floor left-handed to make everybody think I can dribble left-handed, which I cannot at all. Mitchell, good look from the elbow. That one, a little long back iron, but a really good look off the inbound.
I like going left personally just because it's a lot easier to pull up for me.
Yep.
I don't know what it is, but it's probably similar for Kinsley.
Well, when you don't jump like Westbrook, where you can just stop and elevate over everybody's head, you got to pick one way. It's easiest and best for you. Nice physical play there. Myers really kind of initiating that and setting the tone with a drive there.
That's one of those, again, where when you get into the middle of someone's chest, their natural reaction is just put their hands down and kind of curl. And I think that's what Mitchell did there.
Tigers have done a pretty good job so far staying out of the foul trouble. I think Kinsley, Marissa, and now Mitchell each with 1 foul. It was a low fouling quarter last quarter. Just 3 total fouls for Tuttle, 1 for Kingfisher. And Sandlin with another board. Lakin Smith bringing the ball up, taking a little pressure off of Kinsley Battles. Lakin's going to have to get rid of this, and she's about to draw a 5-second call. And talked about it last time. I hate the rule. Lakin gets it knocked away, and Kinsley helps her out. Myers now pressuring Battles. Battles going left again off of her knee. Dribbles it out of bounds, but I mean, Kingfisher's they're a top 5 team in 4A because they're a really good defensive team, and they play physical, and they do a good job of not getting their hands away from their body, I feel like. A lot of that contact happens, but it's not like it's the arms extending, so a lot of people aren't going to call it.
And they do a really good job of sending you to their gaps and their help defenders. And that's kind of what makes them such a great defensive team.
That one there, an unforced error as Dombeck collects the loose ball. She's going to kick it to the wing. Lakin Smith driving up and under off the glass, no good. Just can't get those ones to fall right next to the rim. I hope they do. Those are the kind of shots you got to have in these types of games. They're going to dump it down in, double team. Dombeck, pretty good defense, but a better shot by Friesen. Sandlin gets it and gets it over to Lakin Smith. Lakin over to Battles. Lady Tigers doing a really good job executing the press breaker. They're going to get it back into Sandlin. She's going to spin right up high off the glass, no good. Dombeck with a putback up and in. Threw a lot of contact, no call, but she fights through it and gets the bucket. And you got to do those things and don't worry about foul calls, just make shots. Sandlin close out, but that one is good for number 10, Miss Roof.
That's the way to break the 3-2 is make those shots. And even though Sandlin had a good closeout, it just didn't matter.
Another good job by Kinsley finding Smith. Now it turns into a fast break. They'll hit it to the corner, the lefty. Cortland Traxler in and out, no good. Snyder pushes up, kicks back. Kingfisher swinging it around the perimeter. Snyder is a presence down in the post, but I think Myers might be the go-to. But she shows, I'm sorry, that's not Myers, that's Friesen there. She kind of initiates it, goes up with the left hand and in. Her dad can't see, he's an umpire, I talked about that. It's amazing that she can shoot so well. Hopefully he's not behind the plate in game 2 of the year for us. He'll hold it against me. His daughter is a good player. That was a nice little left-hand shot, and she's not a left-handed shooter.
For sure.
converts the and one. 18-12 here. Jackets trying to pull away. Dombeck inbounds it to Battles. They're finally going to get the foul call, and she's been fighting through that contact and finally gets that call out of the three-man crew. I do think that last year that they finally went to a three-man crew in the state tournament, but forever it was two. You played all your games with three during the season, and then two referees in the biggest moments of the year.
Yeah.
I think that's the dumbest thing on earth.
If anything, it should be maybe 4.
Yeah. It's like baseball. We have 2 men all year. That's a nice good look from Traxler from long range. No good. Kingfisher did a really good job right there just boxing everybody out. And not necessarily someone jumping and skying for a rebound, but they're going to call a reach right here on Traxler, I think. She poked that one away. Nope, they're going to call it on Battles. Coach Combs not all that fired up about it.
She's fired up about it, just in a different way.
Yeah. She's not all that fired up about the decision. She is fired up. Slazicki with it. Number 11 from downtown. That one's no good, but Smith doesn't get the rebound, but does get the block. And Kingfisher gets the possession back. Smith's a tough player down there. I think she just reacted a little slow on that rebound, but she did make up for it with a block. Hartman, the long shooter. That one's swatted away as well as Smith sends it back where it comes from. Hartman pulled up from the wing earlier and missed. Yep. So that's number 13, Alexis Williams there. She can fly. We talked about it last time. She's one of the fastest people. She is the fastest female in the gym, I'll tell you.
For
I don't
sure.
care who's here.
And she's using that speed in that corner, getting all the way out there.
Yeah. This little jumper there from Snyder. Really, it was just a quick move, and she kind of got up in the air before anybody knew she was going to even shoot. It's a nice little move for her. Dombeck inbounds it to Traxler, but Traxler hands it off the wrong way. Lady Tigers call a timeout as Kingfishers stretch the lead to 10. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back on Tiger TV.
Contemporary Family Dentistry Newcastle has been serving the Tri-City community since 2008 and is excited to announce the opening of our second location in Blanchard. For more information, visit our website at www.cfdok.com.
Contained Salmon since we
can't get the ball down. We can't get into our offense, really. Kinsley can't bring it up the whole time.
We're back here on Tiger TV just discussing a little bit. Richie, what's the adjustment you got to make right here out of this timeout besides just, hey, slow things down?
I think what they're doing here, well, I was going to say I would trust Marissa a little more as a ball handler because Kinsley, she's probably going to play this whole game, and that's hard on her, like I said earlier, to break this pressure every possession as well as play defense as hard as she does. So need someone who can alleviate that pressure.
Suzuki slides in and takes that one away. She's going to go coast to coast. That one no good. There's Friesen again. Up no good. Off the hand of Tuttle, but called to Kingfisher. Looked like that one knocked away by Battles, but Lady Tigers get the benefit. Smith got caught by the Wolf. They're trapping as soon as they get to it. They're going to call a jump ball. It'll go the other way to Kingfisher here. Number 12, Jordan Jackson, going to check in. She'll get Kinsley rest a second. But a 10-point lead. It happened pretty quick on some errors by Tuttle. And a three-pointer as well from Kingfisher, along with an and one. Kind of separated the score here. Tigers kind of struggling to get into their offensive rhythm right now. They're going to collapse, and good job by Lakin on the backside help.
This is a situation you got to take advantage of.
Traxler gets it and sends it right back to where it comes from.
I think you would have loved to see him push a little harder down the court since you haven't been able to get much going lately.
Well, and they get it to Traxler right there, and Traxler's game is really not going to the rack, and so you got to try to find the other one that is. But Dombeck closing out, that one affected by a foul, and Dombeck going to pick up her first foul. That's 4 on the Lady Tigers here in the second quarter with 1:59 left. Snyder will go to the line for the Jackets, trying to extend the 10-point lead. Battles set to check back into the ball game. Battles and Traxler back in. Jackson and Lakin Smith. Lakin's done a good job helping relieve the ball handling duties from Kinsley so far. Snyder splits the pair. Kinsley's just got to go, I think, like she's been doing the first part of the night. Dombeck gets it. When we talk about Sandlin, she can help as well. She's a guard-type player that plays in the post. They're trying to get it over the top. Dombeck gets a nice entry pass. They're going to call foul on the ground on number 10, Ruth. That's her second here in the second quarter. So they're going to have to get her out. Number 5, Friesen checks back in. Lady Jackets running a few girls in and out that keeps them fresh, able to play that full court defense. That's something the Lady Tigers, that's been a staple of our success. That one knocked away. Sandlin pulls it back out. Kingfisher just playing man right now, and they'll help double in the post on Sandlin, but I think if you're Sandlin, with her ability to handle the basketball, you might try to go to the rack on Snyder. She moves a little bit better than Snyder. That one up and under to Snyder.
I think she had a really good chance last possession where it was there wasn't much help in the paint where she could have went and attacked.
There, Battles goes to the line, and she kind of says, hey, we're going to get some points here. It kind of forces the issue going to the rack there. Jackson and Williams about to check back in on the defensive possession. You got to kind of try to keep your bigs out of foul trouble with Mitchell and Sandlin. Lakin Smith about to check back in on this defensive possession as well.
Really smart by Kinsley there to get to the line, force some action a little bit. Coach Combs may not have wanted her to do that. She may have wanted to set up offense, but at times you just have to go make something happen, and getting to the line, letting your team reset a little bit is big.
That one in and out, no good. So Battle splits the pair from 25-13. Tigers need to play clinch down defense without fouling. The next foul sends Kingfisher to the line. Next foul for either team. Tigers transition to man. And get it into Snyder. That shot from Suzuki from downtown, and it finds the bottom. So Kingfisher just finding ways to execute, hitting some shots here in the second quarter. Been really efficient shooting the basketball.
I think we're doing a good job of getting the post players to turn over their left to their left, over their right shoulder, making them shoot with their left hand. But like earlier, it was an and one with the left hand, and Kingfisher's just handling it really well.
There's 13 seconds as the crowd trying to fool everybody. Battle's going to have to make something happen here. It's knocked away. She's going to have to throw a shot up. No, that one won't count. So at halftime here, Kingfisher 28-13. Taking a lead into half, 15 points, and it really erupted in that second quarter as Tuttle only able to get, I believe, 5 points on the board in that second quarter of action there. Richie, what'd you see there from the Lady Yellow Jackets?
Just a really great job of executing their offense and keeping Tuttle from executing their offense. The full court pressure causing turnovers, causing some havoc, and then in the half court of their offense, just getting the ball to the post and letting their playmakers make plays.
Well, we're going to take a little bit of a timeout. We'll have the halftime show coming up. Pizza Shop halftime show, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? Kevin says that'll work, so it works for me if it works for you, Richie. We'll take a timeout here on Tiger TV. We'll be back with the halftime show after this break.
At Marshall Auto Supply, our Napa certified parts professionals are here to help. We stock a wide variety of parts and accessories for all makes and models. Marshall Auto Supply. Stop by or call us today. Located in Chickasha or on Main Street in Tuttle.
Where you call home is important, and when things break, who you call to fix that home is also important. When it comes to heat and air needs, local matters. Bo Kokenauer of Koch's Mechanical knows that, and that's why Koch's Mechanical takes pride in serving the community he calls home.
Need your AC service? Let our dad serve you.
Hello, this is Pastor Todd at Snow Hill Baptist Church. We want you to know that you're always welcome at Snow Hill. In fact, we welcome anyone and everyone. We want to extend an invitation that you show up just any Sunday you want to, because we like to say all are welcome here at Snow Hill.
At Tactical Pest Solutions, we prevent pests from taking over. Our defense will give you peace of mind, keeping your home or business safe from pesky bugs or creepy crawlers. Our tactical approach proactively treats your spaces before high-traffic pest season. Make an appointment today, even if you haven't seen indications of bugs or pests, so we can play defense for your home team. Give us a call and let's keep your home or business free of what's bugging you. Tactical Pest Solutions. We can beat the bugs to the punch.
Looking for the perfect way to satisfy your barbecue cravings? Look no further. We welcome everyone to enjoy our mouth-watering barbecue made with love and care. Our family-friendly barbecue joint is more than just a restaurant. We're part of the community, and our friendly staff will make you feel right at home. Smokin' Joe's Rib Ranch in Tuttle and Rush Springs. Come for the barbecue, stay for the good times with family and friends.
As a mama, you're constantly pulled in every direction. HotWorks is where you get to hit pause. Sweat out the stresses you recenter in just 30 minutes. You deserve this.
Country Equipment Rentals is the spot for all the tools to help you get those projects done. Whether it's a power washer, jackhammer, stump grinder, or tiller, or if you need something a little bigger like a tractor and brush hog, skid steer, excavator, or even a bulldozer, Country Equipment Rentals is the place to go.
Contemporary Family Dentistry Newcastle has been serving the Tri-City community since 2008 and is excited to announce the opening of our second location in Blanchard. Don't have dental insurance? That's not a problem at Contemporary Family Dentistry. We have a $250 annual membership that covers cleanings and exams, eliminating the feeling that you can't go to the dentist. For more information, visit our website at www.cfdok.com.
Navigating through Medicare.
At Jamie Joe's, our burgers are handmade with 100% pure beef. From our grill to your table, you'll love every bite. Jamie Joe's, half-price burgers all day Monday.
There's a few things we live by in Oklahoma: honesty, integrity, and hard work. At Triton Foundation Repair, if you don't need foundation repair work, we will be the company that tells you, because when you do need it, we want to be the company that doesn't. Honesty, integrity, and hard work. Triton Foundation Repair.
Country Equipment is your locally owned full-service dealer of Kubota, Polaris, Skag, and Hustler equipment. Whether it's for 2 or 200 acres, Country Equipment has the Kubota tractor and attachments to help you get the job done. Country Equipment carries a full line of trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, and more from top brands like Echo and Steel. Mowers from brands like Kubota, Hustler, and Skag are sure to keep your place looking great all year round. Plus, a full parts and service department for all the brands we carry. Come see us today at your locally owned Country Equipment.
Over the years, a lot has changed. Thankfully, in Tuttle, a few things have stayed the same. The people here are still the best, the schools teams are always competitive, and Williams Plumbing Service is still serving the community. For all your plumbing needs, call Williams Plumbing Service. One family serving Tuttle since 1949. Thank you, Tuttle, and go Tigers!
At Ortho Central, we're committed to making your life better. Whether it's getting you back to the sport you love, chasing after grandkids, or easing chronic pain. With locations in Norman, Midwest City, and Newcastle. Ortho Central, we're part of your team.
High-speed fiber internet is now available from Tuttle Broadband. Get faster speeds, up to 1 gigabyte in the most modern service available. Stream your favorite shows and get connected with no service contract and competitive pricing. Tuttle Broadband. Schedule your installation today. High-speed fiber internet for a more connected Tuttle.
At Tuttle Christian Church, we love God and love our community. Whether your children are attending in our Safe, Secure Kids building or you're attending one of our worship services, we hope you will experience a moment with Jesus. We hope to see you there. Tuttle Christian Church.
Williams Foods, more than just a grocery store. Williams Foods has been serving communities since 1971. That is 45 years strong and counting. We are successful because we offer great service, great prices, fresh produce, and the best meat money can buy. Williams Foods is not just in your communities, we are a part of your community. We donate 1% back to any nonprofit organization, and we donate up to 6 cents per labels to anyone fundraising. Williams Foods, where we still sack and carry out your groceries for you because you deserve it.
Whether you just came from a workout or you're just out and about, our Social Sips have everything you need to feel good to feel good. Here at Social, we have a variety of teas, shakes, social bowls, or you can even try one of our cold brew coffees, made with you in mind. At Mustang Social and Hometown Social, it's always tea time.
Hey Tiger fans, if you're looking for a church home, we have a place for you at First Baptist Church. From children's and youth activities to senior adults, we have a ministry for everyone in your family and would love to have you join us. If we can pray for you, email us at prayforyou@att.net. We love you and hope you have a blessed week.
Stay ahead of the curve and keep your small engines running right this off-season. At Simmer Sales and Service, we have you covered. Bring your equipment over for a full winter tune-up or repair. Our full-service shop is ready for you just 2 miles east of Tuttle. We're locally and family-owned. You'll leave saying, Simmer, good people.
Al's Heat and Air is a proud supporter of the Tuttle Tigers. Serving the Tuttle area for almost 40 years, we work on all makes and models. As a trained comfort specialist, we sell the best and service the rest. Al's Heat and Air, 405-381-3602. How long's it been since you had pizza? I mean good pizza. Piping hot, cheesy pizza that'll make your mouth water. At the Pizza Shop, we make old school pizza at old school prices. The Pizza Shop, 410 East Main, Tuttle.
All right, we're back here on Tiger TV at the Pizza Shop halftime show. Going to take a look at some Hot Works Mustang replays from the first half action in this top 10 matchup.
These are all Sam's
These are all Marissa Sandlin's looks. The first 8 points of the game coming from Sandlin. Tigers were able to get it down to the low block. She did the rest and paid them all off, but been quiet since then as Kingfisher has kind of clamped things down and had a good game plan going forward. You know, it was 10-10 after the first quarter, and really Kingfisher kind of just separated themselves in the second quarter. Played really good defense, had some turnovers on press break attempts by the Tigers, and it turned into easy points. And they made, I think, 3 long-range shots from downtown that really sparked it, Richie.
Yeah, they've done a great job of just getting into the guards and making it hard to throw it down to Marissa. And then when Marissa does catch, the few times she has and did in the second quarter, they're coming with a double team, or they're just walling up really well and making Marissa pass the ball out or go up and take a tough look. So it was a really great second quarter. Hopefully Tuttle can come out and kind of mirror and emulate what they did in the first quarter this next half.
Yeah, Tigers set to inbound it here as we get the second half underway. Lady Tigers trying to solve some issues. They're going to try to get that one down to Sandlin. Battles with the elbow jumper. That one a little off to the right. Snyder rebounds it, hands it to Slazicki. Slazicki was quiet early in the game, hit a long-range three-pointer as the second quarter was winding down. We're going to get that one in to Friesen. Friesen gets away from Dombeck. Dombeck was playing good defense, just lost track of her, and Battles throws that one to Snyder. Snyder goes right at the rack. Battles knocks it away, but Snyder gets the putback up and in. She looks like she stepped on a foot coming down, and she's going to check out and get Mr. Wade Sunby, the athletic trainer for Kingfisher, to take a look at it. Don't ask me how I know that. He's just a baseball guy that is now a trainer, one of the only trainers I know outside of Coach Hargis. Of course, Coach Hargis does a great job. Richie didn't get to, he was here last year with you for part of the year. Or was he here the whole year last year? I guess he was here. Yeah, he was here the whole year. It's his second year now.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun. Tigers trying to get something going. 19-point lead here for Kingfisher. And if you're the Tigers, you got to get a bucket, and you need to have an easy look at it. Find somebody open and dump it down. There's Marissa. That one just a little too high. It's knocked away. Sandlin got hit up in the face.
That play to open up the half was really good from Kingfisher. Ellie was full fronting the post, and what they did was number 10 getting face guarded. They brought her to the corner, so there's no help for that pass up top.
Sure.
They're doing it again right here. So just a really good job of drawing up some plays here from Kingfisher.
Mitchell rebounds. The errant shot there. Battles tries to run a lady into a screen, but they're going to call a foul there on Kingfisher. That's their second foul of the quarter, as Tigers were committing, I don't know if they were committing more, but they were called for more. Dombeck gets it to Smith. Smith drives it in. That's one that if Sandlin can catch that, she's probably got to look at the rim, but just unable to hold on to it. Trying to get it into her. Smith gets it to Battles. Coach Combs doesn't look the look of it. She'll take a timeout and talk about it. That's going to be a full timeout here on Tiger TV. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
High-speed fiber internet is now available from Tuttle Broadband. Get faster speeds, up to 1 gigabyte in the most modern service available. Stream your favorite shows and get connected with no service contract and competitive pricing. Tuttle Broadband. Schedule your installation today. High-speed fiber internet for a more connected Tuttle.
19.
He's got a lot to iron out.
Yep. Here we're back on Tiger TV. Lady Tigers trying to get some offense flowing here. They've had some chances, and we talked about it a little bit earlier. They had some looks from close around the rim that we just didn't finish when the game was really tight early in the second quarter. And Kingfisher's been fortunate and able to knock down some shots and extend this lead, cause a few turnovers. Lady Tigers just haven't been able to answer the bell so far. I think you got to kind of get this one within 12 points or so at the end of this quarter to survive or keep it a game in the fourth. Another foul there for Kingfisher, and that's a one-way. His third foul of the quarter early here. Almost 6 minutes left on the clock. Sandlin trying to fight through 2 or 3 bodies. She'll get the ball in the low post. She goes up. She's fouled again. That's going to be on Myers.
That's going to be the way to get back in this game is chip away. There's no 19-point shot. You hear that all the time. There's no 19-run
home run either.
Right, exactly. No 6-run home run.
Yeah.
No 21-point touchdown. So you just gotta slowly chip away, fight back in the game, and drawing fouls is a great way to do that. They're already at 4.
Yeah, so anytime you can get fouled, you got to make them. We talked about that in the pregame, but you got to slow down and you got to hit these because they're massively important right now. You say it's 1 point here and there, but 1 point solves a lot of issues. Is there now as an empty possession for the Tigers, and Sandlin just really trying to get something to go down, unable to right now. But the Tigers, if they can get another foul on Kingfisher on the offensive end of the floor, they'll go to the line for a 1-and-1. So that's literally the bonus. It's the bonus side of it. Sandlin's going to get a foul call, and I think that's just some frustration leaking out right there. Marissa, that was a hard foul, and I understand it. You don't want to give a free layup up in this situation, but probably a little bit of frustration there as well. There's been some no calls on our end for sure.
I think it's definitely on a rebound you have to get it, especially when the other team's about the same size as you.
Sure.
It's one you got to get. I think there was probably a little frustration, maybe even just kind of tied up there. Both people reaching and arms got tied up.
Kingfisher hits both their free throws. That's Hartman 2 for 2 on that trip. And again, right there, just forcing something that's not there. And Lady Tiger is just not taking care of it right now. Coach Combs preaching down there that we got to get rebounds. If we're going to not be as efficient on offense, we sure can't let them have second chance points. This game was tight after one. I mean, tied up. And early in the second quarter, tied up as Slazicki goes to the rack. She's fouled by Cortland Traxler. And Slazicki will go to the line for 2. But really close game, and then just mistakes for the Lady Tigers, some unforced errors, and then some forced errors, and some big shots by Kingfisher. You give the credit to them. They've played really well tonight. They got a really good ball club. They're ranked number 4 in the state for a reason. And you mentioned, I think they knocked off Bethany this year.
I just, basketball, a game of runs, and we haven't really seen an answer so far, and it's just kept building and building and building with no answer.
Yeah, low scoring for the Tigers tonight, 13 points. Battles, dribbles around, trouble, kicks it out to Traxler. Another pass she didn't catch clean. Sandlin dribbles, but she loses track of it. Hartman, a long, lanky righty, dribbles down the court. They're going to kick it out to the wing. That's Slazicki. She's going to miss short. That one not able to be kept in bounds. Tigers will get it on a good defensive possession there. you just got to find an open shot, and you got to take care of the basketball until you get it.
You have to make something happen for sure. Even defensively, you can get a steal, get a fast break layup. Just sometimes for an offense, seeing the ball go through will help ease the mind and clear things up. And we just haven't seen the ball go through in a while.
That's a good screen there from Marissa. She gets it back, but some fatigue probably settling in as well with the effort on defense. Cortland defends it, but Myers a little better on the offensive end as 38-13 the score, and kind of getting out of control here. And if you're Kingfisher, you love to see what you're doing. Traxler, a good job driving to the lane. She'll go to the line for 2 shots and try to etch back some marks in our column. Really good Kingfisher team. This is a team that 2 years ago all these girls were playing. Outside of Roof, who was at Weatherford. Her dad was coaching football out there. I'm sure she was playing there. But outside of that, those girls have been together playing a lot of basketball, taking lumps like this as youngsters, and kind of just flip-flopping the roles. Tuttle has had an extraordinary program, and they still do. But the Lady Tigers kind of trying to find their ways, and Kingfisher, an experienced team that's gotten a lot better, and you've seen that over the last 2 years. We've called a couple games, I think 2 or 3 games, Kevin, we've had the Lady Jackets over the last couple of years, playoff games and in the regular season as well. So Zicki trying to get something going. They're going to dump that one in. That one, nice job again by Alexis Williams. That's her third block of the night, excuse me. Yeah, Alexis, she's had a couple of times she sparked some things, as Kevin just mentioned, in our ear, but she's kind of thwarted some offense single-handedly. Nice little pull-up jumper falls for Snyder. Snyder's feeling it a little bit too. Timeout, Kingfisher. They're going to take a full timeout. We will too here on Tiger TV.
At Tuttle Christian Church, we love God and love our community. Whether your children are attending in our Safe, Secure Kids building or you're attending one of our worship services, we hope you will experience a moment with Jesus. We hope to see you there. Tuttle Christian Church.
Williams Foods, more than a grocery store. At Williams Foods, we pride ourselves on our meats, and we have the best, the freshest, the most tender meat money can buy. There is no better meat in the world. Williams Foods cuts it fresh every day, just the way you like it. Don't be fooled by big box stores that don't cut their meat on site. We do meat right and better than anyone. Williams Foods, where we still sack and carry out your groceries for you because you deserve it. Williams Foods, your fresh meat, fresh produce, and much more store since 1971.
We're back here on Tiger TV. Lady Tigers talking about it in the huddle. Kingfisher took a full timeout. They're on a nice little run again here. Tuttle with 1 point so far here with 3:15 left here in the third. They've really, been silenced. Something to mention here, and you hate to say it, and because she's such a good person and great teammate, and she's always been that way. Kendall Cummings, I believe she's not, I'll let her talk about it, but she's dealing with some knee injury, and I'm not sure she's going to be able to keep playing this year. I think it's really bothering her. And if anybody could get healthy, it would be her. Her mom is a physical therapist and does that for a living. So Kendall, but I will say I'm really proud of her. She just got accepted over the weekend as Kinsley Battle drives in up high, too much muscle on the left-hand lay-in. But Kendall, she's got accepted to school at the Colorado School of Mines, which is a prestigious academia institute, and robotics and AI. Seems like something you want to be involved in 2025. I've known about 3 people that have went to school at the School of Mines, and they're 3 of the smartest people I know. Yeah, it's out in Colorado. The scenes out there are unique. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. They got a good football team, Division II football team. I believe they made a deep run last year, maybe to the semifinals. That one dumped out by Slazicki, or to Slazicki.
They Colorado School of Mines has those crazy pictures, don't they? The media day pictures.
Yeah, they have their football, or their football team has. They all get stupid haircuts, and it's a yearly deal. They take their roster pictures. If you look up their football roster, it's pretty funny. The D2 National. I saw the D2 football National Championship is this weekend. Ferris State, the team that UCO went out and played at Ferris State in the second round of the playoffs. UCO, of course, had a tremendous football season. One for the books there in Edmond, but Ferris State that day, I think it was 78 to 17, and they've made it to the finals, as well as Tuttle's going to shoot free throws on that foul. So a chance to get some points with the clock stopped, always good. I'm not sure if they call that a loose ball foul instead of an offensive foul, because the offensive fouls, you don't get free throws. But whatever it is, we like it. Sandlin knocks it down. 9 points now for Sandlin. There's our partner. Look at that guy, Mr. Pagel, back from the Bahamas or Egypt or wherever he went. I know he got a suntan. He's looking sharp, looking skinny. He said he was swimming in his shirt like like Chad Moore and those guys that were on that fishing trip. But Eli was back in town. Nice jumper again from Snyder there. But yeah, Mr. Pagel, he's been our football broadcast guy, and I help him out kind of like Richie helps me out. And 5 years on the call for the football games for Eli Pagel. You think that he's going to, when his kids in a few years get into high school, do you think Eli is going to be able to contain his rage? You can't hear us talking right now, but that one unable to go again. Tough go over here, Richie.
Yeah, just struggling to break the pressure, and when we have, we get decent looks, we miss them, and, you know, Kingfisher forcing a lot of turnovers, so for sure.
That one up and in from the wing, and Kingfisher in the third quarter may have had the dagger.
Kevin talked in my ear, said a little frustration. That's what I was saying for sure, too. But, yeah, just definitely some frustration.
You got to shoot that one. Tigers have not hit a three-pointer tonight, and that's not been the story of the game. But, you know, Marissa's usually pretty good from downtown. But when you're not in rhythm, it's really hard to just get hot and make those shots. It's been a frustrating night for a lot of the Lady Tigers offensively, as 16 points. But the Kingfisher Lady Jackets have really caused some havoc. I don't think, you know, the Tigers are a 29-point less team than Kingfisher by any means. I think that the rhythm of the game just kind of got out of the hands, and Myers got the bump from Battles and then went back into her and got the foul call, which is a smart play for her.
Like you said, not a 29-point difference between these two teams, but Kingfisher just are really good at messing up momentum of games, and it's what they've done today.
That'll end it for the third quarter. 45-16 our tally. We'll take a timeout on Tiger TV and be right back.
Life is complex enough. With decades of experience, Cornerstone Insurance Group makes insurance simple. We can help with coverage for your home, farm, or ranch, coverage for all the drivers, cars, and equipment in and around your house, coverage for your business, large or small, life insurance to give you peace of mind. Call or stop by today, and one of our experienced, licensed agents will shop dozens of insurance companies for you, saving you time and money. Call our office or visit us online at oklahomainsured.com.
Yeah, I'll be ready.
Back here on Tiger TV, fourth quarter getting ready to go. Top 10 matchup here. We talked about it just a second ago. Scoreboard not really an indicator of a separation of these two teams, I don't think. I think Coach Combs, if you ask her, give her some truth serum, she'll probably tell you, hey, they're probably a little bit more athletic than us as a whole. But we're able to overcome some of that with the way we play, and we just haven't played the way we like to play tonight.
For sure, and again, it's that pressure. It's hard to break, and when you haven't faced a team like Kingfisher early in the year, and they come in with giving that pressure and executing on offense the way they have, it's hard, but it's a great experience to be able to get early in the season.
Yeah, I say this all the time, but you play really good teams to get better, and you beat teams that you should beat to feel better. And I think that's kind of key. You're going to become a better basketball team from this game tonight. You're not going to make passes like that. You're going to look at your film, and you're going to go back and say, hey, we can't do these types of things. Or look at all the problems we've caused ourselves. You get down to a deficit, and you're trying to find a way to get the ball in the hoop, and you take chances that are never going to come through. Maybe forcing some shots, a little elbow jumper. That was good for Kinsley Battles. But just one of those things. You get down and you're truly trying to press. It's like you get down in football and you're a run football team and you try to start throwing it all over the football field. That's not how you're going to get back in the game.
Right.
And Tiger's not going to get back in the game by forcing the issue there as Tigers poke it away. Kinsley, little spin jumper. That went off the front iron. No good. Slazicki dribbles up the floor. Left hand lay in, no good, but Mitchell going to pick up the foul call. I think they said that I guess they're saying the body got into it, but Slazicki will go to the line here. I think wrestling about to head out of town to go to Florida. The boys about to go down to Florida for Christmas break, the first part of Christmas break, and compete down there. I'm sure they'll do well down there and try to go on a little vacation and team building, out of state. Yeah, we might need to go broadcast that, even though I've never done wrestling. Never done a wrestling broadcast, but I can pretend. I'll just let Trent London or Coach Serber talk about it. Coach Serber probably going to be watching some Big 12 wrestling. And I don't blame him because Luke and Dustin Plott have really stepped their game up. I think Coach David Taylor, and not to take anything away from the legendary John Smith, but new faces sometime create a buzz. And you're talking about an Olympic gold medalist coming into your room. Not that the last one wasn't, but one that you wrestle around. I know Dustin Plott's gotten to, that's a good look there from Mitchell. I know Dustin's gotten to literally train with their head coach every day, who just got done competing on the world stage and finished, I believe, was a third in the world trials. And I'm probably wrong on the level that was, but I know it was a world championship tournament that he took part in right before the season kicked off. Coach David Taylor, and I mean, Plott's getting to work out with a guy like that every day, coming off of a national runner-up finish last year. Dombeck passes up the three, and then she loses track of it. She probably got to take that one here as down 30 here for the Tigers. Up and under, fouled by Traxler. She'll go to the line again.
This doesn't feel like a game, though, that you kind of like say, oh, it's all bad and you flush. I think you have some things to take away from this game. Like, I know personally, I think I was only a part of one 30-point blowout, and I remember we just came in the locker room the next day and said, let's get over it. I think here it's kind of like, what we did in the first quarter, some of the things we've done here in the fourth even, there's some things to take away from here.
Sure. I think you had success, and you talk about fatigue coming into it, but I think Battles beating the press by herself and letting her teammates get down the floor created a lot of offense for us early, and I'm not sure that she she just kind of stopped going fast and trying to break it on her own, and it really slowed the tempo down. I think that's exactly what Kingfisher was trying to do, was slow the pace of the game down. They know what Tuttle's trying to do. That's a nice move there, up and under, no good, but you couldn't look. We're going to kick that one out to the wing. That's number 1. She's short there, but Snyder collects it after the bad ankle. She's back in, and another offensive putback for the Lady Tigers, or I'm sorry, for the Lady Jackets. Yeah, you got to go to the drawing board, and you don't revamp everything you're trying to do. You're not going to be a different team. That's a nice shot there from Battle. She gets it to go. But you're not going to turn into a different team, but you're going to, like I said, I mean, you talk about Kingfisher. They've already played Bethany this year, and they played Deer Creek, and those are 2 really, really good teams. And Tuttle, this is their real first, like, test. And so when you've already been tested twice at Kingfisher, you come into this game and you deal with that that run that Tuttle went on early, and you're able to bounce back from it, where, you know, Tuttle hasn't really experienced those struggles yet, so now they're learning on the fly.
Right.
Some Tuttle baseball alums in the house. Connor Mason over at Rose State, and Alex Conover up at Stillwater for the Cowboys. And Alex came to practice and worked out with us today. He hit a ball in the wheat field, Mr. Osborne. If you're listening, Will. Will is Rip's basketball coach, and he needs to. Conover's hit a few balls out in that wheat field that we could have back. That one's short. Sandler, nice rebound up and under. She'll get the and one, the BKM Electric and one for Marissa Sandlin on the offensive rebound and putback. That's a nice looking graphic there, Kevin. I don't know. Tiger TV class made it. I'll give them credit for it. How about that? One of our Tiger TV members you saw during football season, Hudson Peck, our middle school guy, he's running all the graphics on the scoreboard tonight, so he's getting a little involved in that, helping coach Mr. Brad Berryhill, our IT guy, helping the scoreboard guys function at a high level. I'm telling you, Richie, I didn't play a whole lot of basketball past freshman year. I was around it a lot, but if I'm getting beat 52-24, I'm fouling out. I mean, I'm putting bodies on people, and I'm getting out of there.
I would say I've been there, but
well, with my career, I'll just tell you that's what I
yeah. I will say the one game it happened to us. It was Weatherford last year.
Yeah.
And the game before that, we played Anadarko. I rolled my ankle. That's probably what has me in this boot here. And we were nervous. We had plenty of opportunities. We watched the film. J-Nix missed like 3 wide open layups. And we were down like 35-6 at one point. In the second half, we did not play. So it was kind of like that. Like,
sure,
let's just flush this and move on.
Yeah, just move past it. But Kingfisher with an impressive run in the second quarter to really separate this game, and then have added on to it late here in the third and fourth. Lady Tigers still leaving most of the crew out there right now to keep working on what's going on.
I think you've seen a lot of positives from Kinsley. The 3, that was pretty deep.
That one, good look from Traxler again, no good. There's Sandlin hustling on the offensive board. She goes up through traffic, and she's going to go to the line. Took it right at the 3 defenders, and she'll shoot 2 free throws. Is there like a lag after a tournament weekend on Tuesday sometimes too?
Your body, it feels like something, even if you've done it, you're a senior and you've done it, you played normally 2 or 3 tournaments, so you've done it 12 times basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's still that Tuesday you come in and you're just like, we have to play today again. And
yeah,
I remember last year, I think girls and boys, we had to play 7 games in 10 days. And so, you have stretches when during basketball you're running up and down. It's physical. It's hard. So, you could be, the fatigue factor sets in for sure way quicker after a tournament week.
Well, and it's always the athletes I've coached, the bigger the environment and game and opponent, your fatigue almost like it's almost like it double goes away because of your mental fatigue added on to the physical fatigue. You know, you're so excited and full of emotions, and that carries you through the first part of the game, and then it kind of, you hit that wall whenever things are not going well. It really hits, and sometimes those things are hard to overcome. And I mean, Kingfisher is probably coming off of a tournament weekend too, they are coming off of a tournament weekend, and so it's not the excuse. It's just something you can put out there that says, hey, you know, I'm just curious what that's like. You know, I mean, even baseball, it's not that physical of a sport, but you go and play 3-4 games on a weekend, turn around and play on Tuesday again.
Right.
Your dad can attest to that every week of the season in college. You got to get guys going and get them ready to play sometimes, and find that energy somewhere.
In baseball, a lot like basketball, from my experience personally, you're locked in all the time. It may not be, like you said, as physically demanding, but you know, you're locked in baseball, you're in the sun most of the time, so that drains you a little bit. And you know, it's a lot like that. Or the cold, yep. So you know, it's just it's hard to play this many games. You play 3 back-to-back. You don't know who you're playing the next game.
Well, there was a state championship football game that they were flying back and forth for too. So I mean, you literally, the girls were at the football game, and then they drove down to Duncan and play a basketball game after, you know, being in the crowd all day. So, not the and Coach Combs wouldn't ever use that excuse, and it's not an excuse. It's just you know, things that factor into some of this stuff, and then they go on a run in the second quarter, and you're kind of like, well, I'm a little tired right now.
Yeah.
And Kingfisher doesn't look very tired because everything's going right.
Right. Yeah, and it definitely gets a little harder when you're losing to, you know, you got to be that much. You got to play that much harder. You got to be that much more focused and locked in. So,
and especially early in the year, I mean, you're like, in the grand scheme of things, this game has no bearing on really anything outside of a ranking.
Right.
Which, if you're not in the top 6 anyway, you're probably not going down.
Yeah.
Because you're going to keep winning and beat the teams you should beat. The Tigers have cleaned it up a little bit here. Sandlin's
for sure
had some good success.
Seeing a lot of positives. You're getting good looks. So I would say the first and the fourth quarter, a lot of positives.
You want to finish on a good note, and I think that's why you're getting your starters out right here is, hey, you've had some good possessions back-to-back. Let's get them out. Let the young girls go play and go to the chalkboard tomorrow at practice, learn from our mistakes. I didn't mean to cut you off there, but that's just kind of what I saw.
And Coach Combs, the girls, they watch so much film. They get better from games like this. So, you know, there's no hanging of the head here, you know. There's going to be a lot of positives to take away, and even the negatives that you take away, you're going to be able to build on. So,
yeah, in basketball, just one of those games that, like you talked about, a game of runs, and if you don't answer runs, you get beat. I mean, the Thunder have been, you know, they're the best team in the West, and from time to time they get beat by 30 sometimes, and that's just things that happen because people just get going, and you can't figure out a way to stop. And then, like we said, it's like, hey, this don't matter. Let's just move on to the next one, learn from it, and go on. Nice job again by Williams there. And if you see one thing tonight, I think one positive thing that you can do moving forward is you can say, hey, if we got a big that's giving us problems, we don't have to just rely on Dombeck and Sandlin to go cut her off. Williams does a really good job playing post defense and hasn't gotten in foul trouble doing it.
For sure, and she's even closed out to shooters on the perimeter, flown out to the shooter in the corner, blocked her shot, and then I think she has, 3-4 blocks today? So she's been outstanding. And again,
that little poke right there, just sticks a hand in and knocks it away, disrupts the possession.
Exactly. And that's what Kingfisher was doing to us early that we really didn't answer back doing. But it really is. It seems like a small thing to make them reset their offense, but when you're in a flow of a game, especially with no shot clock, when you get in a flow and they can kind of hold the ball and you can do something to disrupt that, it's hard on an offense.
That's one rule I've never understood as a basketball fan is the being able to throw the ball from out of bounds into the backcourt. I don't understand why that's ever been allowed. I mean, probably a lot of people that are like, well, I don't understand why baseball does this. And I'm like, I don't either. But why do you let the guy hit for the pitcher? I don't know, because he sucks at hitting. Well, I guess you let him throw it in the backcourt because there's a lot more floor to use.
Being a guard, personally, I
Oh, yeah, you got to love it. Nice
Yeah.
job right there. Cutting that one off. Yeah, you got to. They talked about in the NBA creating a 4-pointer, I think I don't like it.
I would have loved
it's
a
cool
4-pointer.
because they shoot him anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily think it teaches anybody at this age that that's a good idea, because that's all you see is people backing up. And if you practice it and you're good at it, then that's one thing, but your percentage goes down the further you get away.
I feel like I would have been average 25 if I had a 4-pointer last year.
You had to shoot some long ones.
I feel like every shot I had to shoot was long.
Well, I watched the Bedlam basketball games. You watched that the other night.
Yeah.
And they're at the Paycom Center, and they had the drawn-on 3-point line, but the NBA line's permanent there, and the announcers were like, I genuinely am confused if these players think that the 3-point line is the NBA line, because they're all shooting from 3 feet behind it. So
when you get in a game, that first line you see, you want to
stay
in
behind
your mind,
it.
you stand behind it, and so.
Lady Tigers dropped this one. Lady Jackets from Kingfisher, number 4 in Class 4A, and the initial rankings top off number 9, Lady Tigers, 56-28. We talked about it, had a nice run early in the game. Kingfisher went on a huge run in the second quarter and kind of separated themselves. Tigers fought back in the fourth a little bit, cleaned some things up, but Lady Jackets take this one tonight. We're going to step away as the boys just take the court here to get warmed up for the nightcap here in Tuttle. We're going to take a quick break for just a few minutes, and we'll be back with the Marshall Auto Supply pregame show for the boys matchup between Tuttle and Kingfisher here at the Gregg Hitting Activity Center.
At Marshall Auto Supply, our Napa certified parts professionals are here to help. We stock a wide variety of parts and accessories for all makes and models. Marshall Auto Supply. Stop by or call us today. Located in Chickasha or on Main Street in Tuttle.
Where you call home is important, and when things break, who you call to fix that home is also important. When it comes to heat and air needs, local matters. Bo Kokenauer of Koch's Mechanical knows that, and that's why Koch's Mechanical takes pride in serving the community he calls home.
Need your AC service? Let our dad serve you.
Hello, this is Pastor Todd at Snow Hill Baptist Church. We want you to know that you're always welcome at Snow Hill. In fact, we welcome anyone and everyone. We want to extend an invitation that you show up just any Sunday you want to, because we like to say all are welcome here at Snow Hill.
At Tactical Pest Solutions, we prevent pests from taking over. Our defense will give you peace of mind, keeping your home or business safe from pesky bugs or creepy crawlers. Our tactical approach proactively treats your spaces before high-traffic pest season. Make an appointment today, even if you haven't seen indications of bugs or pests, so we can play defense for your home team. Give us a call and let's keep your home or business free of what's bugging you. Tactical Pest Solutions. We can beat the bugs to the punch.
Looking for the perfect way to satisfy your barbecue cravings? Look no further. We welcome everyone to enjoy our mouth-watering barbecue made with love and care. Our family-friendly barbecue joint is more than just a restaurant. We're part of the community, and our friendly staff will make you feel right at home. Smokin' Joe's Rib Ranch in Tuttle and Rush Springs. Come for the barbecue, stay for the good times with family and friends.
As a mama, you're constantly pulled in every direction. HotWorks is where you get to hit pause. Sweat out the stresses you recenter in just 30 minutes. You deserve this.
Country Equipment Rentals is the spot for all the tools to help you get those projects done. Whether it's a power washer, jackhammer, stump grinder, or tiller, or if you need something a little bigger like a tractor and brush hog, skid steer, excavator, or even a bulldozer, Country Equipment Rentals is the place to go.
Contemporary Family Dentistry Newcastle has been serving the Tri-City community since 2008 and is excited to announce the opening of our second location in Blanchard. Don't have dental insurance? That's not a problem at Contemporary Family Dentistry. We have a $250 annual membership that covers cleanings and exams, eliminating the feeling that you can't go to the dentist. For more information, visit our website at www.cfdok.com.
Navigating through Medicare.
At Jamie Joe's, our burgers are handmade with 100% pure beef. From our grill to your table, you'll love every bite. Jamie Joe's, half-price burgers all day Monday.
There's a few things we live by in Oklahoma: honesty, integrity, and hard work. At Triton Foundation Repair, if you don't need foundation repair work, we will be the company that tells you, because when you do need it, we want to be the company that doesn't. Honesty, integrity, and hard work. Triton Foundation Repair.
Country Equipment is your locally owned full-service dealer of Kubota, Polaris, Skag, and Hustler equipment. Whether it's for 2 or 200 acres, Country Equipment has the Kubota tractor and attachments to help you get the job done. Country Equipment carries a full line of trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, and more from top brands like Echo and Steel. Mowers from brands like Kubota, Hustler, and Skag are sure to keep your place looking great all year round. Plus, a full parts and service department for all the brands we carry. Come see us today at your locally owned Country Equipment.
Over the years, a lot has changed. Thankfully, in Tuttle, a few things have stayed the same. The people here are still the best, the school's teams are always competitive, and Williams Plumbing Service is still serving the community. For all your plumbing needs, call Williams Plumbing Service. One family serving Tuttle since 1949. Thank you, Tuttle, and go Tigers!
At Ortho Central, we're committed to making your life better. Whether it's getting you back to the sport you love, chasing after grandkids, or easing chronic pain. With locations in Norman, Midwest City, and Newcastle. Ortho Central, we're part of your team.
High-speed fiber internet is now available from Tuttle Broadband. Get faster speeds, up to 1 gigabyte in the most modern service available. Stream your favorite shows and get connected with no service contract and competitive pricing. Tuttle Broadband. Schedule your installation today. High-speed fiber internet for a more connected Tuttle.
At Tuttle Christian Church, we love God and love our community. Whether your children are attending in our Safe, Secure Kids building or you're attending one of our worship services, we hope you will experience a moment with Jesus. We hope to see you there. Tuttle Christian Church.
Williams Foods, more than just a grocery store. Williams Foods has been serving communities since 1971. That is 45 years strong and counting. We are successful because we offer great service, great prices, fresh produce, and the best meat money can buy. Williams Foods is not just in your communities, we are a part of your community. We donate 1% back to any nonprofit organization, and we donate up to 6 cents per labels to anyone fundraising. Williams Foods, where we still sack and carry out your groceries for you because you deserve it.
Whether you just came from a workout or you're just out and about, our Social Sips have everything you need to feel good to feel good. Here at Social, we have a variety of teas, shakes, social bowls, or you can even try one of our cold brew coffees, made with you in mind. At Mustang Social and Hometown Social, it's always tea time.
Hey Tiger fans, if you're looking for a church home, we have a place for you at First Baptist Church. From children's and youth activities to senior adults, we have a ministry for everyone in your family and would love to have you join us. If we can pray for you, email us at prayforyou@att.net. We love you and hope you have a blessed week.
All right, here on Tiger TV, Brett Draper, Richie Overcash, color commentary, and Kevin Rogers, our producer, and part-time color commentary guy, fill-in comments, dynamite drop-ins, whisper it in my ear through a mic you can't hear, and then I answer his questions. Y'all are like, what are you talking about? He's here. Bradley Watson on the camera up top. Big Bad Brad panning the floor. The Tigers trying to get the split here. Got some football guys back. Got them out here. You see Donnie Schluter in the pink shoes down there coming off the football field. I think Bear Vargas joins the team as well. Both of those youngsters. CJ Simon was going to play basketball. If you're watching the state finals football game, he's been dealing with a separated shoulder issue, left shoulder, and then they thought he broke it. It was badly dislocated finger, which he missed a couple of series during the football finals. And so if he does play, it will probably be after Christmas break before he's back in full action, trying to get that shoulder healed up. And it's just one of those things. He'll be running and it falls out of place right now. And so he's obviously going to play Division I football next year, and I'm sure UTEP would rather him get his shoulder correct than play high school basketball. So we'll find out more as we know more. I think Noah Herring, one of the newcomers, moved here from Myrtle Beach. Him and his 4 brothers, part of the Tuttle Athletics programs now. He's a big old boy. You see the blonde hair over there on the right side of your lineup. He's, I think, about 6'3", 240. Really good football player. Tigers would have loved to have had him eligible to play in the semifinals and finals this year, but Herring comes in, provides some size down low. Major Vanderberg's going to be a guy that produces and plays some minutes. A really athletic kid, young sophomore. Running back, point guard, shooting guard kind of guy, can kind of create a shot or two if he needs to. So
really good defender.
Yeah, really athletic defender, and Dad makes a quality bowl of chili. Had his chili on the Meet Your Tiger night. It was a great bowl of chili. But Coach Jobe and the Tigers coming off of their first win of the year, and they've struggled, and it's not been a secret. They've struggled, and they're trying to find their identity, trying to get things rolling in the right direction. And Kingfisher coming to town here. Both teams unranked in 4A and trying to find their way, a little bit of rebuilding from both units here. But Tigers going to have their intro video coming up here soon. We're going to talk about some keys to victory tonight. And Richie, let you kind of go over these keys to victory.
Yeah, we got limiting turnovers, just being able to handle the ball, take care of it, turn mistakes into points. Kingfisher is very fundamentally sound. If they make a mistake, you have to make their mistakes cost them. And then end of game execution. They had some close games at the SOI, and I think 2 of them they lost. 1 of them they were able to win. So executing down the stretch is important.
Going through our starters here, got Maddox, Wilson, Ty Hendon, Press Lippolt, number 24 there, Big Tegan Thomas, and number 25, Luke Owens. Was talking to Rusty Allen at lunchtime, and he found some old scorebooks from middle school basketball years and years ago. And Luke Owens, a senior, is the only senior that was on those scorebooks still playing basketball, which is crazy. There are some seniors out that have moved in, but in the score sheet you had McAdoo scoring a bunch of points, and he's kind of focused all of his high school career on football and baseball. And then you had Luke Falwell was a starter on the basketball team in junior high. He's now a wrestler. So not sure what happened there, but that's backcourt.
What a start to the game, huh?
Yeah, gotta love that. Birdwell, number 24, that's a familiar name for Kingfisher boys basketball. Owens gets shaken. There's going to be a foul on Hendon. He got a lot of the arm there. There's number 10, Blair. Looked like 10, I'm sorry, 14. That's White will head to the line for 2 free throws. Nice little drive there.
From playing Kingfisher last year, not a ton of guys I recognize on the court right now.
Yeah.
Like I said, rebuild.
Both teams in a second-year coaching staff.
Yep. Kind of just a rebuild for them. So, Coach Job, I talked to him after the first game of the Duncan tournament, and they kind of changed their defense. So it's going to be interesting to watch that. He called it a pack line, which is kind of limiting players from getting into the middle of the paint. So seems like a good goal.
Yeah, get him to shoot it from further away.
Yep.
Both free throws up and good, and Kingfisher leads this one here. We'll get that one into Thomas in the high post, elbow area. Wilson dribble drive, hands off to Thomas. It's disrupted. Wing three by Birdwell. That one's off the front iron, off the glass, and Owens cleans up the damage. Nice pass to Thomas, and the lay-in is good. A little outlet there all the way up the floor. Nice hands from Thomas. Luke Owens again on the long pass there. Did I miss who passed it?
Maddox Wilson with a
Luke to
beautiful,
Maddox, yeah.
beautiful pass. And Luke with the great rebound.
Elbow jumper. That's a good-looking shot there from White. Little stop and pop right there. They'll dump it back into Thomas. It's stolen away by Blair. 14, a little out of control, but they're going to get a foul on Hendon. That's his second already. They're not going to call it on Hendon. They're going to call it on Tegan Thomas. And Mama has arrived to pick up Teague. I can hear Teague screaming, Mama! Hair looks great. Putback is in there. Blair on the putback off the rim. Tigers unable to keep Kingfisher from cleaning up that. Lippold tries to drive, nowhere to go with it. He's going to have to get rid of it. Gets it to the corner to Wilson. Luke Owens gets it to Thomas, out to the wing. Lippold's got to get one to go, no good, but the offensive rebound. Wilson, dribble spin, kicks it back out, resets things. Lippold trying to get a screen. That one not a wise pass as it's knocked away.
So number 14 for Kingfisher, Hayes White. I was looking at him.
He's a good player.
He looked very familiar. He went to Piedmont last year, and so we played him in the Duncan tournament the past 2 years.
Okay.
Really, really good player. Quick, can shoot the ball. So going to be interesting to see how we handle him.
Tigers really trying to get something going here offensively. Had a good look at a three-pointer just a minute ago. Kingfisher. Their spacing not very good there as Thomas cut the same way. Nice handoff to Luke Owens. He's going to kick it out to the wing. Hendon from three, no good. Thomas tries to collect it. And Hendon going to pick up his second foul as he tries to go get the loose ball. He hammers Birdwell, and Hendon with his second foul. Two early ones here, 3 fouls for Tuttle already here with just 5 minutes left in the first. Wilson coming up to trap. They get it to Birdwell here on the near side. Hendon handling White. Pretty good job to get him to force a pass out of there. And Tegan Thomas affects the shot right there. Lippold pressing it. Luke Owens dribbles baseline. He's knocked out of bounds. They're not going to call anything. I'm not sure on that. Luke kind of got bumped out of bounds underneath the goal. Donnie Schluter checking in here, fresh off the football field.
And it's hard to knock Luke off of his pass.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's one that's pretty much got to be called as a block.
We're not too critical of officials here, but I'll just tell you, if Luke Owens is getting knocked off tracks out of bounds and doesn't even try to throw a pass out of it.
For sure.
He feels like he was fouled.
For sure.
Schluter and Banks enter the game. Schluter, an exciting freshman, supporting the Bleach Pond football hair. Banks doing a great job right there. Wilson going to dump it down to Schluter. He goes up with a lay-in, no good. That one offline, was pressured by Birdwell. They're going to kick it back out. That long range three, no good, underneath the hoop. They'll kick it back out to Birdwell, and he hits it from long range. 9-2 here, Kingfisher. We'll get it to Banks in the corner. Banks back to Wilson. Wilson, nice spin move, little floater up and in. Maddox Wilson getting the bucket to go. Good to see him get one in early, and he's got to be a guy that probably contributes a little bit more points-wise for us.
He had a fantastic game Saturday, and looking to build on that. He has more experience now.
Travel, good job by Thomas, not fouling, causing the turnover. Number 15 there. Jet Price checking into the game for Tuttle. He'll let Tegan Thomas get a breather, and usually Thomas probably going to sit out the rest of this quarter to catch his breath. He usually goes for that first part of the game and catches his breath at the end of the first quarter. Big man. Runs out of air a little quicker than the nice pass by Donnie Schluter to Jet Price, and the freshman making an impact right away is Donnie, the smooth ball handler.
The underrated part about that is the cut. Seeing your defender's back of your head, that's a great time to cut. Is Donnie getting on the floor again?
I'll tell you, Coach Ballard talked about Donnie. That's going to be a foul, a little overzealous there. A great hustle, but Coach Ballard talked about it. Kevin, you were there. The Hot Works Mustang replay, you see the nice little no-look dish down to Jet Price, a left-handed lay-in. But Coach Ballard talked in the football coaches show about how much Donnie's grown up mentally and how he's really taken, you know, a lot of youngsters, they make a mistake and they look to someone else to, hey, well, it wasn't my fault or this or that. And he's really become really accountable, and that will take him so far as to being a really important player for the basketball team. Being a ninth grader is hard enough, but being a guy that's practiced football against Brady McAdoo, C.J. Simon, Jalen and Jordan Lane on a daily basis, I mean, you don't get it. There's no way to teach a kid the things that he learned out there. Like, you're going against Division I type athletes every day, competing at a high level and staying with them, you know, giving them problems. And you learn a lot about yourself as a player. You learn whenever you get embarrassed at practice by those guys that it's okay. You're going to get embarrassed sometimes. And so I think it's the best thing that Donnie could have done, as you see him right there, creating a turnover, up and in for Wilson. And what a spark plug the Tigers have found tonight. Donnie Schluter making it happen, the ninth grader, stepping in and getting things going. We're going to have a timeout, 30-second timeout. We're going to go to replays here. There's Schluter intercepting that one, getting it out to Wilson for the finger roll lay-in. And Kingfisher cutting it. It's a 1-point lead now. It's 9-2, and you're looking around on the bench, and Job's maybe trying to find some answers. And really, you get a spark plug from a freshman.
For sure, and two freshmen really. Jet Price with a beautiful cut. He's a really good shooter, and then Donnie obviously doing what he does, running around, making things happen just everywhere. And you have him on the court with Carson Banks and Maddox Wilson, who are kind of the same way. And you saw signs of them showing some more pressure, getting up in the full court. So it's going to be fun. This is a fun lineup here, a really fast, athletic lineup, probably the most athletic lineup on the court for Tuttle in 4 to 5 years. So it's going to be exciting.
Banks does a really good job playing defense, and Donnie the same thing. Both of those guards, Donnie and Wilson. Wilson, another athletic, nice pick right there. We just talked about him, and Banks behind the back save. Lippold gets it in the short corner. And Donnie behind the back, banged around, and they're going to call a foul. And you see right there, I mean, that's kind of what we've been missing. You got to have a guy that can say, hey, let's go play a little one-on-one when I need to go get a shot. And right there, he doesn't get the shot, but he gets the foul, and Banks in the corner wide open. Not a huge shooter. Donnie, that's a mature play right there, and I'm not sure where the foul is. Donnie hits the deck on the shot, no call. But when you got that third guard out there that can really apply pressure, those other guards get more confident.
For sure.
Schluter rebounds that one, outlets it to Banks. Banks tries to get the Price, but just a little too hot to handle.
Probably want to bounce pass there. Just
What's it like adding an athlete out there to help perimeter defense out, take some pressure off of you?
It's something that Tuttle really hasn't had a lot of in the past 4 years. We obviously had Gay, but we haven't had a guy who can really get in a stance and guard. And you have pretty much 4 guys who can really do that on the court right now. There's another steal. And, you know, there are some passes being made that you're questioning and, you know, some plays, but this is a young lineup.
Well, and I'll say this as a coach. These guys are getting turnovers that they haven't been used to getting. Right. And so they're trying to take the chances to go get those points. We talk about making mistakes. You got to take advantage of them. Well, maybe we're forcing it a little bit. Banks in the corner, bangs home a 3-ball, and there's some momentum off of a turnover. The Schluter steal knocked away, and then it turns into a fast break turnover for Kingfisher and points for Tigers on the other end. And now all of a sudden, Tigers have played really good defense and caused some problems, and there's another one right there. Banks another outlet pass. Wilson gets it here. Donnie turns down the shot, kicks it out. Lippolt got a hand on it. White gets a hand on that one. Left-hand layup too strong. That one knocked away from behind by Banks. Another blocked shot. Wilson dumps it down to Schluter. The reverse lay-in, no good. That's one of those, if you get to practice basketball a couple times before you play in a game, you probably make. Yeah. But good look. I think you like the look, and you like the spark plug you're getting right now.
For sure. Just incredible. Up and down, playing fast. That's something we haven't seen much this year. So
got to shoot it right here. We got to get a shot off. And
yep.
Nice, impressive first quarter comeback for Tuttle. 11-11 after 1. We'll take a timeout on Tiger TV and be right back.
High-speed fiber internet is now available from Tuttle Broadband. Get faster speeds, up to 1 gigabyte in the most modern service available. Stream your favorite shows and get connected with no service contract and competitive pricing. Tuttle Broadband. Schedule your installation today. High-speed fiber internet for a more connected Tuttle.
Not football. Yeah. We're right back here on Tiger TV. Got a couple Hot Works Mustang replays to look at. That one stolen away from Donnie. The outlet pass got knocked away, but out of bounds by Kingfisher. The inbounds, Maddox gets it to Banks in the corner, and he drills home the 3-ball. And we're knotted up at 11 here. It's been a spark. You've seen Tegan Thomas has played a nice role in that high post, that low block defense, affecting some shots. Carson Banks is always affecting people's ability to handle the ball. Luke Owens checks back in, and Ty Hendon checks back in with a couple of fouls. But I think if you're Lippolt now, you're kind of one of those guys that needs to score the basketball more. I think it becomes a little easier when you get these kind of runs defensively.
For sure, because Press isn't necessarily going to be able to pound, take you off the dribble. He's a really great catch-and-shoot three-point shooter, and so being able to have guys who can get in the paint, get paid touches, and extend the defense as Maddox.
That's a long ball.
Way downtown.
And you start getting in the rhythm, you start feeling that. Those are shots you're comfortable in the rhythm and flow of taking. Not a shot that he typically shoots, but when you're feeling the flow of the game,
for sure,
those are shots that you can see go down.
And he's had a really good game, and when you have a good game, you get this confidence about you, and you see it with Maddox a lot. I saw it in practice. He can make some shots.
There he is, rebounding it right there over his own teammate. Maddox does a good job handling the rock as well. There, kicks it out. Another shot from Wilson downtown, bangs home a 3-ball, and Maddox Wilson feeling it. 17-11 Tigers. And that's just another one of those catch and shoot in rhythm. Maybe you're a little farther away, but you've talked about it before. You're feeling it a little bit. You can keep pulling the trigger. I hope that you get him another look at it, wherever it is. You hope he takes the next shot.
For sure.
Kingfisher trying to weather the storm here. Tuttle got hit in the mouth early, fought back. Kingfisher not really in rhythm, but that one gets you back into it right there as the 3-ball answered. Luke Owens slows things down. Lippold dials it up from long range, no good. Banks stays on the floor. White will step through, nice little lay-in right there. That's a nice move. Job gonna stop the bleeding here. 30-second timeout on Tiger TV. We'll be right back.
Over the years, a lot has changed. Thankfully, in Tuttle, a few things have stayed the same. The people here are still the best, the school's teams are always competitive, and Williams Plumbing Service is still serving the community. For all your plumbing needs, call Williams Plumbing Service. One family serving Tuttle since 1949. Thank you, Tuttle, and go Tigers.
I mean, he was up. Welcome back to Tiger TV, 17-16 lead. Taking a look at some Hot Works Mustang replays. A couple 3-balls banged home from Wilson. Nothing but net on that one. Just took a step to the left and drains that one as well. A couple of shots in rhythm off the pass and able to knock those things down. 6 quick points and Tuttle with a 1-point lead here. Starters minus Thomas. That's Banks is in for Thomas right now, but that one's going to shoot over everybody and out of bounds. And Kingfisher kind of doing the same thing. They're still growing too and making some of those unforced those passes that you're kind of forced in there, unforced errors.
And that's what starts to happen when you speed the game up. You know, you force them to. Interesting call here.
I wonder what the call is. They're going to say Kingfisher ball?
I
don't know.
Felt to me like a jump ball, maybe.
I mean, both people had possession in the air and they both landed
out of bounds.
I don't know. That's why they get paid that huge salary to referee high school basketball. Banks opts for the steal, doesn't get it, but Luke Owens does a good job detouring the handler. There's Maddox Wilson again. Dribbles in, layup is in and good. Maddox Wilson with the last 8 points for the Tigers. Picks it clean and goes coast to coast for the lay-in. Playing his best ball game of the year so far.
For sure.
Defensively and offensively, putting it together on both ends.
Playing with a lot of confidence.
Can't let White get open right there. That's a good, fortunate look for Tuttle. Luke Owens battling. Luke's just one of those tough, gnarly dudes down there in the paint that he'll hit a 3 here and he'll get some assists for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But his job is to rebound and bump people around in the bottom in the paint.
For sure.
Hendon trying to create. There it is. There's Luke Owen with the lay-in.
Yep.
I think Luke thought he was going to get some contact, and that's like the NBA layup, that every time you hit the layup, it's like it's safer for them to just fall on the ground than try to land on their feet. I almost feel like that's part of this. I could be wrong, but I feel like when they're going so fast, it's easier just to let your feet hit the ground soft and land on your booty.
For sure.
They wear so many pads. Wilson, heat check, no good.
It's one of those you can't really be too mad at if you're Coach Joe.
No, you got to let him shoot it because he's been feeling it. That one a nice up and under lay-in and no good.
Where you want to run here.
Yep. Hendon pushing the pressure up. He'll go to the line for 2 shots. He'll get fouled by number 12, Burnham. We'll take a look at that steal in the Hot Works Mustang replay. Pokes it away. takes it up the floor with a left hand, and then a little butter on your finger roll. 21-18 Tuttle. The give and go to Owens there, fighting through the contact, and then Hendon. I guess they're not going to let him shoot free throws.
I think they called it a block before he went
okay.
up, which is interesting, but
Schluter gets it in the corner. Schluter's one that can shoot it from downtown, and he's passed up some looks, and I think that's pretty mature. There's Owens from three, and that's good as Luke Owens bangs home a three-pointer.
And another noticeable thing, you get those football guys in, that bench is alive too.
Yeah.
And
they're coming off winning a lot of games and being excited, and he brings some juice, and you see the bleach blonde hair over there getting things a little rowdier. And I mean, I'm telling you, if I'm playing baseball games without, 2 or 3 of my pieces, I'm kind of thinking, when we get these guys, we'll be a little bit different.
For sure.
Is it going to change things wholeheartedly? Maybe, maybe not. There's a 5-second call, and there's the freshman again, and he's just face guarding and staying with the one guy they're trying to. They don't have an inbounds play call.
Yeah.
They're just trying to get it in, and Donnie forces the turnover. He doesn't get the stat for it, but you give him the steal pretty much, as that's what it is, the stolen possession. Wilson tries to hand it off to Wilson, just tried to hang on to it. Schluter from downtown, bang! Wow. Donnie 3-pointer from Schluter. And you gotta love that. Jet Price in hands there. Donnie's transitioned onto their best player, and you love it. I don't know what else you can say.
I mean, it's electric. Unbelievable.
Donnie Schluter is stepping up and playing big boy basketball right now. We're going to take a look at that on the Mustang Hotworks replay. Getting on his belly. Wilson collects the steal, lays in the left-hand layup. Tigers an 11-point lead, and every time number 11 goes in the game, and I don't care, we're talking a lot about a ninth grader. I'm going to talk a lot about it because we haven't had any success. You're 1-5, and you got an 11-point lead at home in a game that, you just say, hey, I know you just got done playing football. You got to go play and help us out. And I'll tell you, I came up over the weekend. I thought I had lost something up here at the table. Come in the gym at 9 o'clock at night on Sunday. And I'm like, who is in here? And it's Vargas and Schluter, and they're shooting, and they're just drenched in sweat. They got done playing the state finals football game yesterday. And it's pretty incredible to see ninth graders with that kind of work ethic, and it shows the type of things you're seeing right now.
For sure, it goes a long way just getting in the gym. And, I mean, you can have days where you get in the gym and you just mess around with your friends, and that's going to make you better just having a basketball in your hand. It's one of those sports where as we get another Hotworks replay, Donnie's just letting it fly from deep.
Yeah, that's one that, he passed up some better looks, and he said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and see how this thing flies out of my hand.
And that was one thing I was talking with Kevin earlier while the JV game was going on. When I had him we did the kids camps, and he was the best player on the court by far, but he needed to get used to, having teammates and passing the ball, playing defense. And, I mean, you're seeing it here, just hounding and passing and playing a great role. And it's like we talked about, just guys fitting into roles. It feels like Maddox has kind of found a role with side by side with Donnie.
Yeah, taking the pressure off Maddox, taking it off press.
Yep, and I mean, right now, Coach Job Carson Banks, he comes in, does the same thing Donnie does. Donnie comes in.
Yeah, you've got a guy that can help, replace him and take him off.
This is it's incredible.
Yeah,
and there's Carson Banks.
So the whistles are starting to fly. They haven't flown all night. A couple of back-to-back foul calls. I could agree with the first one maybe getting wrapped up. I thought that one was pretty clean, but
a lot of times when you block a shot from behind, they're gonna call it a foul. Which
those 3 guys standing around, it had to be somebody else's fault. The ball doesn't lie though, as the free throw clanks off. But you see Donnie enter the game, and they put him on White, and White's their guest, and White's bringing the ball up, and he picks his dribble up at the volleyball line here, and that's not something he did the whole game. He was attacking, and now he's almost a little bit defensive.
Yeah, and you saw it. Carson Banks started it. just making him struggle, and then Donnie comes in, does the same thing, and his press kind of forces one up there. But
yeah, I lost track of that one on the spin. That's a wide open look, but it's no good. There's Owens again. Great box out. Hands all over him. And
unbelievable job by Luke
turn it
there.
into a fast break here. Lippold to Wilson. Wilson kicks it to the corner as he kind of lost track of it. Banks is up and in on the left-hand lay-in. So Maddox doesn't force the lay-in. I think he got confused because Thomas was clogging up his space. And
Teagan just had an excellent fast break defense getting out. That's something you don't see from big men often. And he went out and closed out to that shot, and as a shooter.
There's a good shot deflection right there, and it's tipped in by.
As a shooter, seeing 6'6" running at you, it scares you a little bit.
Yeah, Blair gets a tip in, but yeah, you're right. I mean, that length right there. And another guy from the football team that we just talked about, Herring, that's another steal by number 10, Blair. He'll turn it into points. Job takes a smart timeout. We'll take a full timeout here on Tiger TV and be back in just a moment.
Looking for the perfect way to satisfy your barbecue cravings? Look no further. We welcome everyone to enjoy our mouth-watering barbecue made with love and care. With a kids menu and outdoor patio, we have something for all ages. Come for the barbecue, stay for the good times with family and friends.
There's a few things we live by in Oklahoma: honesty, integrity, and hard work. At Triton Foundation Repair, if you don't need foundation repair work, we will be the company that tells you, because when you do need it, we want to be the company that doesn't. Honesty, integrity, and hard work. Triton Foundation Repair.
Back here again on Tiger TV. We're going to just throw a couple replays up. No particular order. You can pick whatever you want. We'll take a look at some things that have happened earlier tonight. Hotworks Mustang replay. You see Banks. Maddox had taken the ball down the floor and kind of got tangled up with his own teammate. Instead of forcing the lay-in off of, probably would have missed it just because he didn't have a hold of it. He slings it around to Banks. Banks pump fakes and the dribble drive in for two. 31-23 Tigers. If you're Kingfisher, you're trying to slow the pace down, I'm sure, because you don't think you can probably run with all your athletes like Tuttle's running right now. Trying to get something going for Press right now.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those times where you'd like to see Press just move it. He's trying to force it too much.
There you go.
It's going to come to you. Great pass.
Banks from the corner. That one misses everything. It's off the head of White. Banks steps in front of him. He's going to pick up a foul. Looks like he stepped out of bounds, but
it's a good call. It's a right call.
He got body on him. He kind of saw that one coming to fruition on the way down the floor.
Yeah.
Usually you get away with that first bump. That may be the second one, but not the second and a half one. I think that's what Job's telling him. Like, hey, you don't need to foul right there. You're too valuable later with those fouls.
And Ty Hendon back on White now, and Ty's probably the best one-on-one, just pure straight-up defender on this team. So, you know, White's not going to get a break today.
There's White from the top, gets his man to miss.
And he got a break.
Yeah. Well, and you just miss getting a steal there again,
For
and that's
sure.
what happens when you take chances. I mean, one of my favorite players, Russell Westbrook, he's the king of taking chances, and he takes chances, and he's a hero, and he takes chances, and that's why he wears number 0.
Mhm.
They call him 0 sometimes because he comes up empty, but when you take chances, sometimes those things are going to happen. 24 seconds here in the second quarter. Lippold panicking, and you just can't chuck it down the floor. He kind of lost track of time, thought he had a 5-second call coming, and he thought Owens was going to the corner. Luke said, "Don't be yelling at me."
I think Luke did the right thing there, lifting up.
He was trying to come up and help.
Yeah.
Don't be yelling at me. He's a lot bigger than you.
Yeah. Luke's the last guy I'd want to yell at.
Yeah. Kingfisher, I'm not sure of the confusion here. The time on the clock, I think. It's a little easier now on the iPad without, That one airballed and missed by everybody. White collects it. 2 seconds, going to have to throw one up. Does, but it's kind of blocked away by Lippold. They give each other some dab up and head to the locker rooms. Tuttle 31, Kingfisher 26. Richie, what do you like about the first half?
Causing chaos and just outrunning people, out hustling. I mean, I think if you were to ask anyone in the gym who played harder that half, it's Tuttle. And so, that's always a good recipe for success.
All right, 31-26 our score. We're going to take a timeout from some message from our wonderful sponsors, and we'll come back on the Pizza Shop halftime show in just a few minutes.
At Marshall Auto Supply, our Napa certified parts professionals are here to help. We stock a wide variety of parts and accessories for all makes and models. Marshall Auto Supply. Stop by or call us today. Located in Chickasha or on Main Street in Tuttle.
Where you call home is important, and when things break, who you call to fix that home is also important. When it comes to heat and air needs, local matters. Bo Kokenauer of Koch's Mechanical knows that, and that's why Koch's Mechanical takes pride in serving the community he calls home.
Need your AC service? Let our dad serve you.
Hello, this is Pastor Todd at Snow Hill Baptist Church. We want you to know that you're always welcome at Snow Hill. In fact, we welcome anyone and everyone. We want to extend an invitation that you show up just any Sunday you want to, because we like to say all are welcome here at Snow Hill.
At Tactical Pest Solutions, we prevent pests from taking over. Our defense will give you peace of mind, keeping your home or business safe from pesky bugs or creepy crawlers. Our tactical approach proactively treats your spaces before high-traffic pest season. Make an appointment today, even if you haven't seen indications of bugs or pests, so we can play defense for your home team. Give us a call and let's keep your home or business free of what's bugging you. Tactical Pest Solutions. We can beat the bugs to the punch.
Looking for the perfect way to satisfy your barbecue cravings? Look no further. We welcome everyone to enjoy our mouth-watering barbecue made with love and care. Our family-friendly barbecue joint is more than just a restaurant. We're part of the community, and our friendly staff will make you feel right at home. Smokin' Joe's Rib Ranch in Tuttle and Rush Springs. Come for the barbecue, stay for the good times with family and friends.
As a mama, you're constantly pulled in every direction. HotWorks is where you get to hit pause. Sweat out the stresses you recenter in just 30 minutes. You deserve this.
Country Equipment Rentals is the spot for all the tools to help you get those projects done. Whether it's a power washer, jackhammer, stump grinder, or tiller, or if you need something a little bigger like a tractor and brush hog, skid steer, excavator, or even a bulldozer, Country Equipment Rentals is the place to go.
Contemporary Family Dentistry Newcastle has been serving the Tri-City community since 2008 and is excited to announce the opening of our second location in Blanchard. Don't have dental insurance? That's not a problem at Contemporary Family Dentistry. We have a $250 annual membership that covers cleanings and exams, eliminating the feeling that you can't go to the dentist. For more information, visit our website at www.cfdok.com.
Navigating through Medicare.
At Jamie Joe's, our burgers are handmade with 100% pure beef. From our grill to your table, you'll love every bite. Jamie Joe's, half-price burgers all day Monday.
There's a few things we live by in Oklahoma: honesty, integrity, and hard work. At Triton Foundation Repair, if you don't need foundation repair work, we will be the company that tells you, because when you do need it, we want to be the company that doesn't. Honesty, integrity, and hard work. Triton Foundation Repair.
Country Equipment is your locally owned full-service dealer of Kubota, Polaris, Skag, and Hustler equipment. Whether it's for 2 or 200 acres, Country Equipment has the Kubota tractor and attachments to help you get the job done. Country Equipment carries a full line of trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, and more from top brands like Echo and Steel. Mowers from brands like Kubota, Hustler, and Skag are sure to keep your place looking great all year round. Plus, a full parts and service department for all the brands we carry. Come see us today at your locally owned Country Equipment.
Over the years, a lot has changed. Thankfully, in Tuttle, a few things have stayed the same. The people here are still the best, the school's teams are always competitive, and Williams Plumbing Service is still serving the community. For all your plumbing needs, call Williams Plumbing Service. One family serving Tuttle since 1949. Thank you, Tuttle, and go Tigers!
At Ortho Central, we're committed to making your life better. Whether it's getting you back to the sport you love, chasing after grandkids, or easing chronic pain. With locations in Norman, Midwest City, and Newcastle. Ortho Central, we're part of your team.
High-speed fiber internet is now available from Tuttle Broadband. Get faster speeds, up to 1 gigabyte in the most modern service available. Stream your favorite shows and get connected with no service contract and competitive pricing. Tuttle Broadband. Schedule your installation today. High-speed fiber internet for a more connected Tuttle.
At Tuttle Christian Church, we love God and love our community. Whether your children are attending in our Safe, Secure Kids building or you're attending one of our worship services, we hope you will experience a moment with Jesus. We hope to see you there. Tuttle Christian Church.
Williams Foods, more than just a grocery store. Williams Foods has been serving communities since 1971. That is 45 years strong and counting. We are successful because we offer great service, great prices, fresh produce, and the best meat money can buy. Williams Foods is not just in your communities, we are a part of your community. We donate 1% back to any nonprofit organization, and we donate up to 6 cents per labels to anyone fundraising. Williams Foods, where we still sack and carry out your groceries for you because you deserve it.
Whether you just came from a workout or you're just out and about, our Social Sips have everything you need to feel good to feel good. Here at Social, we have a variety of teas, shakes, social bowls, or you can even try one of our cold brew coffees, made with you in mind. At Mustang Social and Hometown Social, it's always tea time.
Hey Tiger fans, if you're looking for a church home, we have a place for you at First Baptist Church. From children's and youth activities to senior adults, we have a ministry for everyone in your family and would love to have you join us. If we can pray for you, email us at prayforyou@att.net. We love you and hope you have a blessed week.
We are back on Tiger TV. Coach Draper's off taking a little break right now, but I'm Kevin Rogers. Richie Overcash here with me. Been an exciting first half. What do you think, Richie?
It was really exciting. It seems like this Tuttle team has found a little bit of an identity with Donnie and Carson and Maddox and Ty just kind of flying around, making things happen, and then offensively hitting shots. And that comes with making plays on the defensive end, just alleviating pressure from having to create, and getting fast break points has been big for them.
Right, and you keep that kind of pressure up right there. It's going to force the opposing team to make more mistakes, and then I think you get the Sluter and Banks and Hendon out there, putting on some good defensive pressure. As time goes on through the game, it's going to open up more in the paint
for sure
for the bigs, I think right now, 26-31 is your score, and it's we got up to about a 10-point lead at one point there, and Kingfisher's chipped back away at it, but we're getting ready to go here, second half action, so excited to see how this goes.
Yeah, it's a game of runs, and I think Kingfisher's done a great job of answering. We kind of went on a big run. We were up 10 or 12, like you said, and they just kept chipping back, forced Job to call a couple timeouts. So they've done great at stopping the runs and hanging in this game. So it should be an exciting second half.
Well, I run the replays here, and most of the time the replays are mostly all offense, but I could go down looking at my list right here, and I got multiple defensive replays that I've been recording here. So Draper's on his way back up the stairs right now. He's doing some carousing and shaking hands and kissing babies.
Yeah.
So, but he's on his way back up here, getting ready to get the second half started.
Waiting on the referees to get out of the.
Yeah, referee's taking an extra long break, I think. That helped us out. That gave Draper time to kiss a few babies on the way up the stairs.
There's babies to be kissed.
Yep.
Got to do fundraising. You got to talk to the people.
Yep. That's right.
He's talking about how exciting it's been watching the basketball game tonight.
It's a good one.
Boy, the 6 a.m. weights fatigue is setting in, Richie. We lift a little weight in the morning and makes for a long day. Nice swat right there by Thomas.
Look at
The
Ty.
outlet to Ty and misses everything.
I think his leg kind of gave out on him there. But, I mean, he's showing that speed off that track speed. Again, this is a really athletic Tuttle team. Press is a guy who can windmill, which you may look at him and be like, you're crazy. But,
Sure.
Maddox is super quick, and Ty is a really great track athlete. So
Nice dump into Teagan. Good hands by the big man.
Teagan hasn't really attacked in those situations as much as you'd like him to. He has a mismatch,
Nice
You'd like
jump.
to see him.
Oh.
You'd like to see him attack the rim a little bit.
I thought he was jump stopping and going up for a shot right there. And that long three, no good. Blair been good on the offensive glass. Teagan Thomas going to get a hand in there and foul.
That's one of those when you're Teagan and you're 6'6".
Just keep the hands, yeah.
And you're either going to make him want to pass the ball out or he's not going to make the shot.
Yeah, Blair a little undersized, kind of that Luke Owens type player, and he's been effective on the offensive glass for Kingfisher tonight. Thomas takes one off the eyebrow there, just headbutts it like a Neanderthal. I think he was just trying to catch his air and wasn't paying attention to the first shot, as you don't really need to. Didn't think he was going to miss that bad. Feel sorry for the guy. He just got clobbered in the head. Wilson's got a. I know what he's trying to do right there, and just White getting into the body of Wilson right there and ties up the game for Kingfisher. So a couple mistakes here for Tuttle early, a couple turnovers, steals if you want to call it, if you're a Kingfisher fan. That one saved by Owens from being thrown away.
And this is where Kingfisher's getting a little momentum here. And plays like that, just small plays that lead to
tip passes.
Some momentum.
You see Gabe Avalar for the last 2 years
For sure.
really upset a lot of people's feelings with the tip ball.
I remember here against Kingfisher, the first 4 possessions. Gabe got a steal.
We had more steals than any guy. I've never seen anybody in high school basketball steal the ball as much as he has.
It was incredible.
Coach Merritt used to talk about how he thought that Gabe should get into boxing when he gets older because of his hand-eye.
I always said, we had the we could talk a little more, because if someone wanted to fight, we had Gabe on our side, and his hands are.
His last name's Avalar. Those guys are tough. If you watch any football, Mikey and Adrian.
Yeah. And then Rudy, you look at Rudy, and that's a dude you don't want to mess with. Great dude.
If you got that many brothers, you're tough.
Yes.
It don't matter what you look like. You grew up getting whooped. Press a little long there on the floater. I think Press is just a shot away from kind of getting going.
He's pressing a little bit, no pun intended.
Yeah.
But just trying a little too hard to get his shot and get his look. So
Blair gets into the paint. Thomas is going to get another one on him. Again, the arm went down and the foul comes up, and that's going to be another foul on Tegan Thomas. I think you're, again, like you mentioned earlier, you just keep your hands in the air right there and use your length to deflect, and not even deflect the ball, just affect the shot. And if you're Kingfisher, you got to like your start here. Lippold going to check out along with Tegan Thomas. Banks will check in for Thomas, the shortest player into the game for the tallest, and Donnie Schluter in for Lippold.
But when you have a guy like Luke Owens still down there who can, that's violation.
Yeah, they called the lane violation on number 24 for stepping past the three-point line. I mean, if you're a Tuttle fan, you love it, but I think that's kind of a silly deal. It doesn't affect the play. Just kind of insert yourself into the game. Wilson might have got away with a carry there, and definitely got away with a bad pass there. Hendon set to inbound this one. Don't force it. So just got to find an open guy.
Both of your guards are running away from the ball here, so you would like one of them to flash right there like Maddox did.
Schluter, good ball handler. This gets taken away as I say that.
And that's what I'm talking about. If you saw just two hands straight to his chest, it's hard to make a behind the back when,
That's off the support, and it'll be out of bounds. But
Kingfisher can get away with stuff like that because they have that name, and maybe, it's not as much anymore because they are going through a rebuild, but they still do it and they still get away with it.
Tuttle trailing by one here. Schluter gets into the lane. The Euro step is deflected, kicks it out to the corner. No good, but there's Banks right place, right time. Schluter swings it to Wilson. He cuts through the lane, hits a cutting Carson Banks. They'll send it out and reset things. Wilson from the wing. He's feeling it tonight. That one off the side iron, cleared by Birdwell. Knocked away by Schluter, almost turns it into a fast break, not able to hang on to it. Mendenhall checks in for Kingfisher. On with number 11, I believe. 11 is Mendenhall, I'm sorry. Number 4, Laird in as well. Can't leave your feet, Ty. He does a good job recovering, and Luke
forced him a lot more east and west than he would have liked to been, and the help was there. So
Donnie stepped out of bounds. I don't think he thinks he put his foot on the ground, but the pink shoe got across the line there. Just ran out of room there in the corner. 32-31, kind of a stalemate here of offensive scores.
Haven't scored in about 4 minutes, 10 seconds if you're Tuttle.
Oh, and there's a risk you're trying to take, and you don't come up with it. The high jumper off the glass for Birdwell, up and in. You almost come up with that turnover right there, and that's one of those you're in the gym at practice, and you probably feel that out a little bit more. Come off the football field, you're trying to go knock that pass away.
Yep. And that's not a defense. Even the guys who have been there have ran a lot, so.
Luke Owens gets his own board. No looks it up to the top. Wide open, Donnie from the wing, no good. Short, nice effort from Banks, almost picks up the offensive rebound. Kingfisher playing a little catch. They open things up. White up and under with the left hand. Wanted the foul, doesn't get it, but gets the bucket. 36-31, a 5-point lead for Kingfisher. Things going their way. No foul there. Thought Donnie had to fight through a little bit too much contact. White and Banks gonna go up, and there's gonna be a block. It looked like White kneed Banks in the chest.
And I think Carson did a pretty good job of just pulling the chair.
Yeah, he didn't do it. I mean, I don't know. There was a contact, but
you would have liked on that
turnover. It was a knee
turnover.
to the stomach contact. It wasn't chest to chest or chest to body.
Right.
Banks was avoiding it, trying to, like you said, pull the chair out from underneath. And that one no good. Jet going to check back in. I didn't realize Jet Price was a freshman.
He might be a sophomore, actually. I think
Okay. I didn't have him in my 6th grade PE class, so I don't.
This
I
is
don't
his
know
first
that.
year at Tuttle,
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of him as a freshman just because he wasn't on the team last year, maybe, but still a young guy.
Owens trying to go to the rack. Nice little dump down to Wilson. Kicks it out. The lefty, Jet Price, bangs home a 3-ball. That's a big bucket for Jet Price. The lefty with a nice touch. Cuts it to 3.
Really great passes from Luke and Maddox, too, to set him
Yep.
up.
A little backdoor entry pass. Maddox runs it along the baseline, slings it over the wing. Finds a wide open youngster, and Price pays him off. There's Schluter stealing that one. He's going to go right at the rim right here. Oh, behind the back and up and in. Kevin will get that one dialed up, as not a lot of 9th graders make that play.
Not a lot of high schoolers make
No.
that play.
Owens gets caught in between two men. It turns out well for the Tigers. Wilson
What a
up to
pass.
Hendon. Just go up with a layup, tie, and tries to hand it off to Luke. Donnie sitting there in traffic. They're going to call a block. He was there really, really early, but let's take a look at that Mustang Hot Works replay. And this is just beautiful. The step-in steal. You got the hip defender. Whoop. And that's about as pretty as it gets.
Showtime in
And
Tuttle.
it's really not even showtime because it's just the most efficient way to get that thing an open look. And if you're able to pull that off, I mean, he used to do that in 6th grade PE class, so I've seen it a few times. I'm not shocked that he did it. Donnie getting another breather here. Press Lipholt checks back in. Tigers trail it by 2. Kingfisher trying to make it a 3-point game here. White up and in. He's had a good ball game tonight. He's in, I bet he's probably 15 or so points on the night. He's been their leading man offensively. Owens in the corner with it. To Jet Price. Price over to Lipholt. Lipholt trying to penetrate, kicks it to the corner. That one up, no good. Price knocked out of there. Kingfisher rebounds and pushes up the floor. Lipholt, good defense all the way up the floor, but better shot from Kingfisher. A 5-point game here. Wilson hands it to Lipholt, kicks it out to Price, another 3-ball. That one's banged home again. Jet Price is feeling it, 2 for 2 from long range for the lefty. And a 1-possession game as time ticks away in the 3rd quarter. 41-39 here. Half a minute to go in the 3rd. Nice job right there by Price, forcing the turnover, the long pass outlet. Tindon does a good job, collected it, and there's the bucket from Lipholt that he needed to go in. Tigers tie it up, 10 seconds here. You don't want to foul. If you do, it puts them at the line. Tigers trying to trap. Price knocks it loose. Wilson's got 2 seconds. He's going to pull up from the logo. Banks it in! from the stacked tees, Maddox Wilson. And that's not just a big bucket, that's an end of the quarter three-pointer. We'll take a look at the Hot Works Mustang replay. Time expiring, the lights go off, and Maddox going off from downtown tonight. Tigers take a three-point lead into the fourth. We'll be right back on Tiger TV.
High-speed fiber internet is now available from Tuttle Broadband. Get faster speeds, up to 1 gigabyte in the most modern service available. Stream your favorite shows and get connected with no service contract and competitive pricing. Tuttle Broadband. Schedule your installation today. High-speed fiber internet for a more connected Tuttle.
Back here on Tiger TV, take a look at a replay here. We can take a look at that last one there, Kevin. Take a look at that buzzer beater from Maddox Wilson as it carries us into the fourth quarter. He gets the steal. This one he lets fly, and Great Plains Bank open late. I'm sorry. Oh, well, Great Plains is on the scoreboard, but First National Bank is the one open late tonight, one of our sponsors here on Tiger TV. Great Plains is not one of our sponsors, but they are a sponsor. There's another three ball from Maddox. That one no good, but tipped up in the air by Price. It's knocked around. Kingfisher collects it. He's trapped, and it's knocked away. There's Carson Banks. The lefty. Price goes up. Maybe an errant shot there. Try to pull that one out and reset your offense. There goes White, the up and under Euro step, and he's smooth with it too.
Yeah. It's where you'd like to see Press maybe take a step out and take a charge there.
Lippold hops through the lane, sends it to the corner to Hendon. Hendon to Wilson. Nice pass. That one knocked away though. Price unable to catch hold of it. Birdwell and Blair, I'm sorry. That's Birdwell and number 12, Burnham back in the game for Kingfisher. Presses. I wouldn't mind Press shooting that thing right there. I know it's a little bit covered, but he out heights the guy. Price doesn't turn it down. That was long. They're tied up. Maddox Wilson. Maddox wanted the jump ball. He had both hands on the ball, he thought, and he's going to get called for the foul.
They called it on Carson, and Maddox was trying to get it to get called on him because he hasn't fouled much.
Gotcha.
But I think that's what Carson's third or fourth now. So
okay,
pretty good job. A good awareness by Maddox trying to get that foul on him.
I mean, I thought he was the one they called the foul. He had the hands tied up when the whistle blew. Good job by Ty, just sneaking around the corner there, disrupting the offensive flow. Tigers holding a 1-point lead here with 6.5 in the game. Banks trying to pick that one off. White collects it. Hendon playing in the post now. Yeah, gonna have an offensive foul.
Looked like a illegal screen. Carson Banks forcing another.
Well, I think I mean, that's Blair there going to have a screen, but Banks is disrupting all that.
For sure. And when you have a guy who flies around like him, sometimes you're going to try and set a screen, and he sneaks up on you and forces that foul.
Nice little handoff there. Lippold gets the floater off of both pieces of the rim. Going right out the offense. Maddox sets it up, and the charge. Tigers finally get an offensive foul called underneath the hoop, and I think if you're Kingfisher fans watching at home, you think maybe we've gotten away with a one of those earlier. That one's just kind of evens things out, but it's a big momentum play now.
I can't describe to you how much momentum taking a charge, putting your body on the line, seeing your teammate, get hit, ran through, and then you get the ball back because of it. It's massive for your team.
Hendon trying to create some space. Tigers don't want to make that pass. They get away with it. There goes Lippold cutting through. Banks wide open. No good, but there's Lippold collecting the rebound. He's done a great job, gets his demand in the air. Nice little floater, unable to go as well. Press just really trying to get something to fall. I think he's played a good ball game tonight. He just hasn't had the buckets go down. That one thrown away. There's Maddox Wilson in the face. He tries to get rid of it to get it to the open man, but sails it. Luke Owens checking in for Banks.
White has made some incredible plays, and I think even with that being said, Tuttle has done such a good job of kind of containing him. He's not a guy you're going to be able to stop necessarily, but just making him turn the ball over and really, really work for his shots. They've done a great job.
I think Press has got to keep going right there. Just keep trying to go to the rack and get you a bucket. I know not a whole lot's fallen tonight for him, but I feel like he maybe just give it up on the drive a little early. This one right here would be a big one. No good. Good look for Press, though. He got to take that shot every time, no matter how the night's going.
For sure.
He's a shooter. The only way you make shots is keep shooting them. Maddox was trying to make something happen, and then Price gets a hand on it, I believe. He's going to get it back from Wilson, lefty.
I think it was Maddox that turned around and almost no-looked the ball.
There's Press Lippold finding it the hard way, gets a hand on it. Ty Hendon up off the glass, no good, but Press, beautiful lay-in between two defenders and then gets the steal. And again, I think Coach Job's just saying, hey, we got the ball. I know it's a huge momentum, but hey. No call there.
Wow. A little frustration there from Kingfisher.
There's White from downtown, no good.
I mean, that's what this defensive pressure does. Forces a bad shot, probably not one you should take there, and a little cheap elbow to the chest of Price there.
Wilson makes his man miss. He's going to turn this into some space. Luke Owens, the big burl, gets underneath but unable to finish.
I'm telling you, it's Showtime Tuttle right here.
Kingfisher going to take a timeout, slow things down, readjust. Going to be a full timeout, I believe. We'll be right back on Tiger TV.
Country Equipment Rentals is the spot for all the tools to help you get those projects done. Whether it's a power washer, jackhammer, stump grinder, or tiller, or if you need something a little bigger like a tractor and brush hog, skid steer, excavator, or even a bulldozer, Country Equipment Rentals is the place to go.
As a mama, you're constantly pulled in every direction. HotWorks is where you get to hit pause. Sweat out the stresses you recenter in just 30 minutes. You deserve this.
Hey Tiger fans, if you're looking for a church home, we have a place for you at First Baptist Church. From children's and youth activities to senior adults, we have a ministry for everyone in your family and would love to have you join us. If we can pray for you, email us at prayforyou@att.net. We love you and hope you have a blessed week.
Back here on Tiger TV, taking a quick look at Press Lippold. Pressing the issue here. Goes up between two defenders with two hands strong, makes a lay-in. Right after that, they inbound the pass. He knocks it away. Tigers got the possession, but probably forced up a shot a little early there. But Tigers lead it by 3 here, 3:41 left in the ball game. Trying to get the split, trying to keep Kingfisher from getting the road sweep. And trying to win your second ball game in a row. Donnie Schluter, the spark plug tonight for the Tigers, has checked back into the game. Maddox Wilson has played really, really well. Everybody's played pretty well. Stats-wise, Maddox has been up there in stats. Donnie's been a scorer tonight as well. That one in the corner, off the back iron. Donnie Schluter fighting between two. It's knocked away. Price says, I'll take this one, and he goes up and lays it in. next year when Donnie's a year older, he'll hand it to him for him to dunk it.
Yeah. That's 8 for Jet Price now.
Yeah, and he's efficient tonight too. He missed 1 3. Yeah.
17 for Maddox tonight. Just
there it is again.
He throw it. Unbelievable.
Well, he's always been that crafty player, and his confidence is the biggest thing. And I'll just tell you, Maddox is going to be better off when the referees are not calling the tic-tac fouls.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he's going to be a little tic-tacky. He's going to try to take chances and pick guys' pockets.
And he's been
nice. Oh, not yet. Just can't go up and get that one yet.
Just trying to force it. I would have loved to see him come down if he's going to make a play and pull up there.
Yeah.
You got the room. You got all the momentum. Yep. You had a 3-on-1, so go ahead and let it fly. You've made 2 out of 3. We know you can shoot, so Ty Hendon comes in. You got a 7-point lead, probably trying to shut down White and not even let him get to 50.
Maddox with 19 points tonight. Donnie reaching for another steal. He's going to get a foul called on that one. A little frustrated. Is he fouled out?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Because he knew.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's a good ball game tonight. Tegan Thomas is the guy you check back in. He's played well in this role tonight, too.
And, now it makes it a little harder for them to get easy ones. So.
Sure. So Kingfisher trails by 7. They're going to have to get some quick buckets and get some stops. That one cross court. They tried to set up the long ball for their guy. Birdwell does get it to fall, and that's a big shot for Kingfisher. 2 minutes left. Maddox gets it to Hendon. Press backs it back out.
This is one of those situations, no shot clock in Oklahoma basketball. You can try and eat that clock.
There's a good look, but you turn it down.
Smart.
That's smart by the senior.
That's the senior, yep.
Lippold gets it knocked away. Just can't be careless with it right now. You got to take care of it. You don't take those dribble drives. There's another look from 3. That one no good. Thomas pushed in the back, and they're going to call it. Tegan Thomas will go down to the other end.
Jet Price 1 and in.
Yeah, he said, let me get that game for Tegan on offense here.
That's smart. That's actually really, really smart from Price.
And Jet, I think and if we're wrong, if you know him and you want to send an email to TigerTV at TuttleSchools.org, and I know I have a printed roster, but any info you have about these guys you want to share with us, we're more than happy to take that information. Price says, I'm pulling it, and he bangs home a 3 ball. I'm not icing the clock, I'm icing the game.
Yep.
The referees are in the no fun zone, getting the celebration cut off, but the Hot Works replay. Price, 3 of 4 from downtown tonight. The lefty can shoot it, and he's gotten some open looks tonight, Richie.
Just when you're open, let it fly, and when they're falling, and that's what you see. The biggest thing I loved there was he hit that, and Luke Owens kind of just sprinting after him. Just a big moment, and again, you got
back-to-back fast breaks from Price. You see there, and then Maddox Wilson has his 19th point of the night. But like you mentioned, a big moment for the night, and it's not Kingfisher of old, but this is a game that you thought, man, we can go compete in this game and have a chance to win it if we play well. And they've played well tonight. They've gotten a spark from some new players that came over from the football team.
And you got another winnable one Friday night, so just keep building on it. And going into Christmas break, everyone's happy, everyone's in the spirit. So, it's a great time for Tuttle basketball right now.
Yeah, and you looked at the record. It's 1-5, but you go win this one, you're 2-5. You win Friday, you're 3-5, and then you got the momentum. And then maybe some people start saying, well, hey, Tuttle was playing their first 6 games without any football guys.
Yeah.
They don't know how many guys came back.
And even you look back on 2 games in the Duncan tournament. One, you lost by just barely. I think you only scored 3 or 5 points in the fourth quarter. So,
yeah.
That right there, they could be 3-2 right now.
Pull-up jumper, no good. That one's short.
That's what making him work all game.
Yep.
He comes down the stretch and it's short.
He missed the free throw short earlier too. Wilson just needs to keep the separation right here. I don't mind Wilson just dribbling around and then dishing it to somebody else.
He can do it. He could sit there and dribble for 50 seconds and you couldn't get close to him.
Yep. Press is fouled there. That'll stop the clock. That's 4 for Kingfisher. They'll need to foul one more time to send Tuttle to the bonus.
You probably want to get the ball to Jet or Press's hands here.
Yeah, just a good free throw shooter.
Yeah. I mean, Maddox has been hot tonight, so.
That's not what you want to do.
Nope. But you just pressure him.
But I thought Maddox was going to get that one.
Good job by Press there, being aware.
You can live with a two-pointer right here. Don't foul.
Great closeouts.
Yep.
Really good closeouts, running them off the line.
Good job by Jet. That one
traveled.
Kingfisher's coach is a little upset. They thought that Jet might have affected it, but there's been some frustration from both sides tonight. That's not the first thing. They missed the first possession of the game on the back court.
One of the funniest starts
which led to
the
2
game.
points for Kingfisher. So you can be mad all you want, but the game started with a blown call. There's a foul there, and Lippold to go to the line.
18 seconds left. No matter what Press does here.
Well, and you think about you go get this win with whatever Press does. This is probably a win here. You go get this win, and if you're saying, okay, we played pretty well, and Press didn't even really contribute much offensively.
And I mean,
so what are you going to get whenever you get a guy like Press getting going?
I think you're looking at Press right now, and he was trying to force a little bit. And if you can you have 3-4 practices before your next game, you can try and get him into a role and say, hey, this is what you're going to be. Even Ty Hendon offensively, obviously defensively, he's one of the best out there. But finding these guys their role, and just trying to give them an idea of what they're going to be throughout the season.
$18 seconds left. Press splits the free throws. Tigers lead it by 8 here. Little timeout on the floor. We'll stay here. Let's take a look at some replays, and then we'll have me and Richie will have a discussion with Kevin about some players of the game we'll talk about here in a few minutes. This one right here is the Press Lippold tough 2 there early in the fourth quarter. He then turned around and caused a turnover. We had let's go look at that Donnie layup earlier. If you didn't see this one earlier, take a look at it now. This was fun to watch. The 9th grader picks the pocket around the world, and just a beautiful little floater in there, up and in with a finger roll. I'll say this. I think Donnie's had 5, possibly 6 steals. Maddox Wilson, the same thing. But Maddox poured it in tonight, and he made some big passes. He made some big shots. He made some big decisions. I thought he played some really good defense. And for me, I think there's no doubt for me, that's our Smoking Joe's player of the game offensively for Tuttle is Maddox Wilson. The all-around game he played tonight. We didn't list one for the girls, and typically I'm not one for handing out awards when you lose, so we'll hand those out when you win. But our sponsor might say, hey, we need to still have a Smoking Joe's player of the game. So,
I mean, if there is a
that
play
was a tough one to get to
define Maddox's game, it's that.
There it is right there. The time is ticking out on this one, and Tuttle comes away with a home win.
Every part of me, you want to give it to Donnie, but the way Maddox played, he led the offense, the fast breaks, had a lot of rebounds, steals, just all over the place. He played an outstanding game, hit some threes. It's hard not to give it to him.
No doubt about it. And I think if you're Coach Jobe and the coaching staff, you really sit there and go, hey, we're going to be a lot better off than we thought we were going to be last week. You go through a rough patch, but then you get some hard-nosed play out of some young guys, and you see some things turn a little bit. And not that it's you go from being 1-5 to, we're in the state tournament now. But you're also going to sit there and say, okay, we can build on this, and we can grow on this every day. As you see Maddox Wilson just go into the ATM late.
Unbelievable.
As he drained that one to end the third quarter. But fun night here, Kevin. Any final thoughts about the ball game tonight?
No, I think this, good showing tonight. I mean, showing up, obviously, some momentum went our direction, and I think the addition a couple of players on there is going to add some spark now that's going to get things really amped up a little bit and give them an opportunity to really start practicing and working in these, just Donnie for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
he's only had, maybe one practice, two practices?
Today.
Yeah, today. Was that
before before the game, he had a
Like
shoot-around.
walkthrough, yeah.
Something special, and he's going to be a lot of fun to watch this season and over the next 4 years. So
We said that on Friday nights, too. Late in the
well,
games when he went in, you watched him, he said, this guy's going to be fun to watch.
And we did
Same thing.
Yeah, we did the same thing there. Replays during football season. We had plenty of replays of showing him making tackles on special teams and then getting in late in the game and making a difference. As the time would start running down. But yeah, Donnie's special. He's fun. I mean, it's gonna be a lot of fun to watch, and he's not the only one. There's some, Carson Banks today. I was telling Richie this before the game. We were just kind of chit-chatting. It was like, Carson's really impressed me. If you'd I've known Carson since he was a
I'll tell you what, he was in my 6th grade class. I would have never thought he would have been as good as he is.
That's what I told Richie. I said, you'd asked me that back then, I'd have said, nah. But, I was totally wrong.
And that's what you want to be about kids.
Play.
Yeah.
Kid can play. And so real excited about that. And I like what I'm seeing. Tegan Thomas is not, just dominating down there, but, he's kind of holding his own down there, and I think he's just steadily getting better. And I wish, of course we can't, ifs and buts and candy and nuts, we can't wish it into fruition, but had Tegan Thomas been playing for the last 4 years, just imagine, what kind of skill level he would be exhibiting right now, and he's not doing too bad.
Yeah, he's still learning at an old age.
Yeah, still learning, and I know, I know the coaches down there, taking time, right before they went to the locker room.
Yeah, I saw
when they got out down there, working with him, and so I feel like, they're gonna continue to work with him, and as the season progresses, that he's gonna get better, and then, gosh, the rest of the guys, Luke,
Jet Price had a big night tonight.
Jet Price, another one, new on the team and new in our school, and really good effort out of Price tonight.
Ty Hendon playing defense, guarding 94 feet.
But I've seen Ty do that before.
For sure.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just you've seen him getting better, and so yeah, it's exciting. Good showing tonight. Proud of these guys.
Yeah, you love to see the turnaround and kind of the spark plug you got out of some guys, and some big nights for some youngsters and some oldsters as well. So that's what it takes to go win against good programs like Kingfisher. They're maybe rebuilding, but they got some good players, and number 14 White, he's a tremendous player, and to be able to keep him at bay late in the game right there, that's a sign of a good ball club to come. So Tigers win it here, 54-46. They split the pair. Ladies dropped the first one tonight, but the Tigers redeem it and get the win. We'll be back Friday night, I believe. Are we home Friday night?
Here Friday night.
I don't look that far ahead. It's our last day of school, so we'll be celebrating not hanging out with your kids every day. And you'll be celebrating. You'll get to see how charming they are at home.
Absolutely.
All month. So
they're all lovely.
They are great kids. 54-46. Tigers win it. For Richie Overcash, Bradley Watson on the camera, Kevin Rogers. That's it for Tiger TV. Coach Breck Draper. We'll see you next time. Go Tigers.